Dude, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's what was the first camp out you came to?
I don't know, maybe your third one, but it starts before that.
For real?
Yeah.
Were you at the
Sturgis 2019?
Okay, so you're at the house?
Starbucks.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't at the house. I think it was Eddie, Rosen, Chamberlain, Kyle, Cliff. We all met at that Starbucks in Deadwood.
We took that photo.
Everyone was running,
yeah,
walking back and forth because it was like a line of 10 or 12 bikes.
It was like the only performance baggers in Sturgis at the time.
At the time, I would agree.
And it was just a row of Olin's hanging off. I took a photo
Kyle's butt.
I do have a photo of Kyle's butt still, but I took a photo of the row of Olin's, and like Olin's themselves have used it.
Yeah, they've used
multiple times. Yeah. You know what I mean? They asked, so it's all good. But like, yeah, that was an iconic year, man. Like it was me and Steve we had our own fucking crazy story getting there that year.
Yeah, that was the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a lot of it. It was with Shredder Bob.
Bob
Parker. Yeah.
Oh, that was a long time ago. It was damn near 7 years ago almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
A lot has changed.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, so the third camp out, that would have been the 2020 one then, huh? Because we did it in 18, 19, and then, 2020, I think it's the third.
Okay, so 20 or 2021, I'm not really sure.
Okay, yeah. But no, that's crazy, man. But, I really, I'm glad that you're kind of passing through here on the way on this current trip you're on. Because like I was saying earlier, I feel like this is such a great conversation to have about the travels that you've done and the travels you're on at this time, because it's like the time of the season where everybody's getting amped up to be out on bikes and doing their trips. And, we're coming up on May and June where most people are taking their motorcycle trips across the place. So, you know what I mean?
I do. I'm glad it worked out. This has been a great day so far. I've had great weather, very little traffic, nothing too crazy. Got to see Justin today. And I'm just so glad this worked out because I think we talked about doing something that Mama tried it.
Yeah.
Last year, the year before. It was a while ago.
Yeah. I've always wanted to stop through the northern Illinois area because you're more Rockford area, right?
I'm like 30 miles outside Chicago now.
Okay, so that
it's right off the highway.
Chicago, yeah, that's right. We were talking about
but
that.
Everyone avoids Chicago like the plague.
I want to go to Chicago and spend time there so bad. Because
I got you, dude.
You just got to have a local. You got to be with somebody that knows the city to know where to take you, because it's one of those cities, in my opinion, that you could quickly fall into tourist traps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where to go, where's the cool bars, the cool food, or the great food, and like just the local dives kind of thing,
I got you when you come through. Whatever you need.
I want to do it so bad.
I'm out in the burbs now a little bit, so depending on how traffic is or what day, it can be 35 minutes to downtown, or it can be 2 hours.
Yeah,
but there's ways to get around stuff.
Yeah, the boys at DA Performance that's the only time I've ever got off the highway in Chicago.
They're in Elsip, I think.
Yeah, so I rode with him. He took me through a couple little spots, and we ended up having some pizza somewhere. I have no idea where it was, but it was pretty close to downtown. It's like a mini New York, but not really that small. You know what I mean?
It'll take you a long time to get around.
Yeah.
But it has its own little pockets, just like every other major city or hub. Downtown really can be a tourist trap. It's one of those things where like 9 o'clock it shuts down.
Oh,
and then and there's not really anything there anymore. So everything's kind of moved out to the Chicagoland area, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the food is what.
Yeah.
I always say, man, and the food, dude. It's the best.
So what's your favorite? Like when you say the food out there, what's your go-to? If someone's coming to town and you wanted them to get the Chicago experience, where you take them to?
Usually everybody wants some kind of tourist trap pizza, the big thick stuff.
Yeah.
Not really a big fan. If I was to make it hey, I want to try some pizza. I'd be like, oh, let's go to Luminati's or Bert's or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everyone wants, I want the Italian beef. So you could go to the staples. You know, there's Johnny's, there's Al's. There's a bunch. It really all I always ask, what do you want?
Yeah.
Because I know you already have an idea.
Yeah.
And I try to give somebody a direction on where to. They're in a burger phase. So
Okay.
there's, you know, Al Cheval and Kuma's Corner and all these different little things you can go to. But I'm a foodie at heart, dude. I love food. And when everyone comes in, like, oh, we're going to go do the Sears Tower. We're going to go on the observation deck. I'm like, all right, well, what do you want to eat, though?
Yeah.
That's the
Well, I
number
think
one
breaking bread and eating food is like one of the best chances to, you know, solidify friendships and good times. You know what I mean? Like, because you're present in that moment, sitting at a table, eating, conversing, things like
It's
that.
a small portion of time that you're
Yeah.
not staring at a device.
Exactly.
Because that's kind of like a problem where,
Yeah. 100%.
hey, let's have a conversation, and then
Someone pulls their phone out.
no one can take the 8 seconds to breathe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
The Devin's like the master of barbecue here because anytime people come to Texas, they want barbecue, and I'm just not. I'm not saying I don't like barbecue. I do like it, but I just don't know shit about it.
Oh, I'd love to try some of the staples,
Yeah.
just like, you know, you go anywhere.
Yeah.
But you know, there's barbecue's awesome. You can get it all over the place, but there's a certain like staple. If you're coming to Texas, you gotta try the barbecue. What's the like she's like a grandma or a ma? What is it called?
So there's a couple. Snows as
Snows is one.
which is in Lexington, which is down by Austin, and it's a old woman by the name of Tootsie. She's been doing it forever.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like there's like a line, and she gives you beer in the line.
Yeah,
or something
it's
like that.
free
Yeah.
beer at that. They do that, and they do Tito's mixed drinks free. You just tip the bartender, and like you're in line at 4 or 5 in the morning, and then they open the bar at 8, and they don't start serving till like 9. I think it's like between 9 and 10. So yeah, so like by the time you get up there, you're like hammered.
Yeah.
You've been up, and everything tastes delicious at that point.
I just don't know that like I'm not a line guy. You know what I mean?
I have a problem with the line stuff.
And that's probably one of my biggest turnoffs about doing the barbecue things when there's a huge line to get in. I'd rather just like set a reservation up and
So here's the thing with the barbecue thing though. With the line, what's nice about it, it's not just the food, it's the experience. Because when you're standing
agree
and
with
you're
you.
committed, you know, when we did that, I did it with Jaden, and we're there, and we met people that came from Europe. Like, it was this big deal, and like by the time you're eating, you're more excited to see how they're gonna enjoy it because they're even more invested than you.
Yeah.
And it really is you meet people, and that's the thing, is the joy of it, the tradition, the fact that it was a very cheap cut of meat, and people have passed down their family traditions to make this what it is. That's what I think is interesting about it. For a long time, barbecue wasn't something you could learn in college. You had to learn a family secret and how to do it. So that I feel like the Americana of it is really interesting as well. So that's kind of my.
It's a good point.
yeah. There's I think they shut it down, but in Phoenix, I've talked about it before, is this place called Durant's, and it was like this steakhouse that you had to walk through the kitchen to get into. It's like an old mob style place. And apparently I was talking because the guys at FXR Division took me there. One of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. And they said that it got closed down or something. It'd been open for like 50 years or some crazy shit, man. It's wild, but I get it. There's an experience to it. I think I just haven't had that experience. And because I grew up here, that like barbecue is, you know, it's just part of like being
I know exactly
here.
what you mean. It's the same thing with pizza. They're like, go to taverns. I'm like, that's regular pizza, dude.
Yeah, it's regular.
Yeah, that you just named it something else.
Yeah.
So
I like fusion foods when people do like different fusions of like I've talked about this before too, so I apologize, but Saks took me to eat sushi in Salt Lake, and apparently it's a huge thing out there. That like they fly in, or I don't know what they do, but basically it's a hub for sushi in Salt Lake City.
interesting.
And I had these like fusion style like
It's so far from the coast.
yeah, I know, right? Like Mexican flavored sushi, and it was. I still to this day think about it and like, man, I would love to have that again. You know,
Yeah, we
like
have
a green salsa verde on like a sushi roll. It was delicious, man.
Have you tried the sushi burritos yet? You got to get something crunchy in there. Otherwise, there's like one big soft thing. You're like, oh, this is too much soft. You're like, yeah, put some seaweed or something. This is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple like Korean joints that do the fusion. So they're like, yeah, get the sushi burrito. I'm like, put something crunchy in there, please.
So do you incorporate this type of stuff, like the foodie type aspect, to your trips when you go places?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Usually I have something in mind if I'm going somewhere. I'm like, okay, if I'm going here, I want to try this or that. You know, it's just something to look forward to.
So the one trip, before we get into the current trip,
yeah,
the Alaska trip, right?
Okay.
To me, that was a pretty wild one because you changed the bike up quite a bit, the Road Glide up quite a bit, because you took it from basically being a race bike.
Yeah, it was like a street bike, and then, our mutual friends with like Bob and stuff. He's like, "You should come race." I'm like, all right. So he kind of helped me along and took me under his wing, and then I did it whole year with Steve and all that stuff. Did BRL, and then I had this goal in my head of like, oh, I'm gonna take it there. I'm like, the bike's doing fine. It didn't blow up, you know. I'll throw some knobbies on it and go do some gravel road.
How would you pretty much knew that you were gonna have to swap the tires out? Was there a plan to go on the roads that weren't paved, or is there a paved road all the way to Alaska? I mean, how does that work?
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there.
Sorry, my compressor's on for my airbrush.
That's okay. I'm not at my best today. I'm a little tired, but
it's all good.
Going from memory, basically, it was 6,200 miles the route I took on street tires. It was pretty much all pavement. I stayed on pavement like 99.99% all the way to Fairbanks. There was a small portion in Glacier National Park that was like 11 miles of gravel. It was brutal. Oh, excuse me. And I made it all the way up there. I knew I was going all the way to the top no matter what.
Yeah. And what's that, Prudhoe Bay or something
like that? Yeah, Prudhoe Bay or Dead Horse. And that's from Fairbanks. It's called the Hall Road or the Dalton Highway. They have a bunch of names. America's Deadliest Highway. Whatever ice road trucker. Whatever ice road trucker says, you know what I mean? But the goal was to just go as far as I could. And that's it, was just go as far as you could go and see if I could make it. And being self-reliant and all that kind of thing. So 2 weeks ahead of time, I had sent knobbies up to Fairbanks. It's kind of a thing. You do a little research, you start realizing there's kind of tips and tricks. And I set the tires ahead of time. The thing is they know people are doing the stuff. So you're kind of like Hawaii, Alaska, they're separated.
Yeah.
Things become way more expensive. So I got up there like, yeah, we'll do an oil change and we'll mount your tires. And like $1,700. And I'm like, oh my God.
Shit.
And then they took a look at my bike and they were like, do you want to work on it? I was like, will that save me some money? He's like, yeah, we'll cut it down. I'm like, all right. So they rolled it on the lift. They mounted the tires for me. I did the oil change, mounted my fender a little higher because I didn't want the mud to stick in there. Kind of off track now, but the Dalton Highway is made from calcium chloride. It's like a concrete hardener. And they just basically mold it during the year when it's not snow and ice. And they have 2 seasons, much like everyone else, construction and winter. And so
is it mainly like oil or something they're refining up there or piping down?
Yeah, so there's a pipeline. So nobody actually lives in Dead Horse.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you go up there for 2 weeks, then you fly home 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever thing. They have a couple different companies and a couple different like barrack style things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going into a bunch of different directions. I'm trying to stay on track. What was the question again?
Well, just like details about this trip, man. Like, so when you went up to when you ride, like how long is that road, like to go from Fairbanks to say?
So it's like 515 miles.
Damn.
I think that's what it was.
What's gas like on that trip?
So you leave Fairbanks and you make it about 100 something, and there's like a little camp. I knew that their services were few and far between. I also have a 124 that's thirsty, Oh shit. Yeah, so that's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
And man, I was cruising. I had like good weather. I was it was like solid, and the road was almost pavement-ish. Like,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, people are gonna tell you that it's all dirt, it's all gravel, it's all mud. There's a lot of sections that are paved.
Yeah.
It comes and goes. It's in poor shape. The ground freezes, and you'll get to know what frost heaves are, and it will change your life. That's why they make like bumper stickers. Like, I love frost heaves. I got a bunch of those. So there's like a camp. I missed that camp. I completely missed it. I don't know how. I spaced, and I blew right past it. I brought a 3-gallon Roto Packs with me, and I made it. I started looking down. I go, man, I should have hit this camp by now. Stopped, pulled over. I'll never forget, there was like a eagle. I think it was not a hawk, but I think it was an eagle. Took a picture of it, and I'm sitting here contemplating. I'm like, what did I do wrong? I missed this. I can't go back.
Yeah.
So I filled it up, and I made it with fumes to a spot called Coldfoot. And it's generally what people say is like kind of like the middle.
Okay.
It's another camp. The only thing there is like the DOT guys.
Okay.
You know, like they maintain the road and all that kind of stuff, because that road really is, it's not for adventure riders. It's a work road.
Yeah.
It's for the truckers to take supplies back and forth. We're on their road.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they really don't have any obligation to slow down or just
Yeah.
acknowledge you're there. You're on their road. This is their life. So most of them were great. Had a couple experiences that were sketchy, to say the least. And by the way, I wasn't the only one doing this. There was another guy named Zach. I'm going to butcher his name, Sobrowski. And that dude's an animal. Makes me look like nothing.
Yeah.
I'll get to him a little later. But yeah, so I got to Coldfoot. It started raining, and the road deteriorated fast. Like that calcium chloride turns to like slime.
Oh shit.
And then it's like slime on like butter on ice. There's no grip, there's no nothing. And I really wish I would have chose a different tread pattern,
Yeah.
because the Shinkos were not good in mud. Road Glide is a terrible dirt bike. So when people are like, I'm going to take a Harley up there. I just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do something else.
Yeah.
Take it from me. It sucks. It's hard. It makes it very like, if I just bought a adventure style bike. It'd be like cake. It'd be awesome. You would thoroughly enjoy it. You could enjoy the moment instead of wondering if I'm going to die. Just dump this thing, 200 miles from somebody, break your leg. And
What's the terrain like on this road? Is it something where it's kind of like more vast plains kind of openness, or is it mountainous?
Looks like, it's a couple different things. So you're crossing into the Arctic Circle. And the beginning of it is kind of plains like, and then it starts getting into more mountainous. The best thing I could think of would be, if you've ever seen the movie like Prometheus, like the alien type movie where it's got like that kind of terrain. I think it is up north. I'm not even sure where they shot it, but that's all I kept thinking was, it's like, it looked alien to you. It's super cool. And then there's other stuff to say about Coldfoot. I met these two cool dudes. I was just sitting there eating and having a beer, and they're staring at me wet. And they're like, "You all right, dude?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got to go set up my tent in the rain." He's like, "Hey, we got a Connex box. Do you want to go sleep in there?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah,"
Yeah.
I met so many great people on this trip. And
That's how they human traffic. They put you in a Connex box.
yeah, right.
Casino
And thing
shut
just
the door.
takes off. Yeah, I really wish I could start farther back, but I can go back too. But yeah, so I met these two dudes. They showed me their gun collection and let me wash my bike and let me sleep inside like Connex box, set my cot up. I didn't sleep in the bed that's on there. And woke up the next day and it was raining again. And from Coldfoot, it starts getting mountainous. So from there, you have to go over the Brooks Range, which is like the highest pass in Alaska. And you're talking 12 to 16% grades.
Fuck.
In the mud.
So is this where the Ice Road Truckers stuff is filming crazy shit?
I've never watched the show.
I've never watched it either. I've just seen clips of it.
Yeah, I just always some kind of random.
I usually catch the commercial where everyone is always gonna almost wreck.
Well, it's funny. Like the first major up, the guardrails are just like wrecked. Like somebody went off that thing, you know. And I'm just going slow. I'm trying to not get sucked into a rut and get pulled right off the road. You know, like it just gets really sketchy real fast when it's wet. And it's two completely different roads. When it's dry, it's almost like a fire road where you can do it. Like you've ridden in Sturgis, you know, you've ridden some of the back roads. You're like, oh, this sucks. But you could probably do 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The wet, you're like, man, I don't really want to go faster than 35. Like if I calm down, do I feel like I want to crash at 35 or 60? You know, it's going to hurt.
I'm sure it's got to be in your mind too. Like you said, you're out in the middle of nowhere. So like even something small, you like break your leg, you're not getting help anytime. And when someone
let's say you don't even get hurt. Let's say you're okay and you break your bike. Am I willing to walk 65 miles? Am I willing to, and that's it. Well, I mean, there is people going on the road. It's a work road. I did it on like a Sunday. So there was like nobody. And, yeah, so I kept going north. You go to like this, I think it's Finger Ridge, I think it was. And it's Finger something. And it's like a big rock on top of a hill. Took a picture at the top. My phone was kind of busted, so that wasn't super clear. I was kind of bummed out about that. And then I made it to the Arctic Circle sign. And most people turn around there because you get your, I made it to the Arctic Circle, you know. Because what's the point of going all the way to the end? It's not it's all work.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
how many more miles is it past the Arctic Circle?
160 something, maybe. I'm going by memory here. I'm probably wrong.
And is it like you get to the edge of it and it's just like a coastline and you're just looking at?
No,
Okay.
It's so once you get over the Brooks Range, it's flat again, and then it turns into like a shit paved road, and it's all frost heaves, and then out of nowhere, smoothest pavement I've ever ridden on in my life.
Damn.
It's like the ground is still frozen; it doesn't unthaw. So, I was doing like 90. It was so smooth, which was stupid because you know, it was like pavement once you hit a certain point, and all the way to Prudhoe Bay, and then when you get there, like I said, nobody lives there. You need to make reservations ahead of time to actually, so the coastline's owned by the oil company. So you have to take a tour. And you can stay at like Dead Horse Camp or Aurora. I think there's like 4 places now. And it's not cheap. I think the Aurora was like $350 a night.
Damn.
But it's 24 hours. They have like, because the sun doesn't really go down. So they have like sunshades in the rooms. And it was like being back in the Marine Corps, dude. Like they have it's like a barracks style. There's people doing laundry. There's a mess hall that's going like 24 hours because the shifts.
Yeah.
And you can just walk in and grab food at any time of the day. The food was awesome.
It was
so good. They make sure those guys stay happy because they're up there, you know, you're secluded. You don't want disgruntled people in the, you know, and I think that's the plot of a movie, you know, The Thing or whatever. And no, the food was awesome. I slept great. And then I woke up the next day and rode to Dead Horse Camp and got on the tour bus, and we got to see the bear that they were warning us about at the barracks. They're like, don't go outside because they don't let you tent camp up there because of the bears. It's a problem. And
are they just normal like brown bears or polar bears up there?
Not polar bears, brown bears. Yeah. But they're roaming, dude.
Real?
Which is kind of funny.
So I mean, when you're riding though, I mean, do you see them?
I did not see a bear.
That would freak me out just seeing.
I saw the bear on the tour. They were just walking around.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it while I was on my bike. But
I wonder if like all the noise from like the road might push. I don't know.
Not in my experience with bears. I've seen bears on the road a lot of times. I just didn't see it at that point. To go back to the Arctic Circle sign. So I was like, well, I got to take a picture next to the Arctic Circle, right? And I pulled into this little spot, kind of like, normal observation area you'd find in the Smokies or whatever, the sign, and telling about it was like a little tourist thing. It was kind of nice. And it was slippery as snot. And I put my foot down and I fucking just dropped the bike. And the bike's so loaded. It's so heavy. You're getting attacked by mosquitoes. They're huge. So the time frame for the mosquitoes, they go hard.
Yeah.
Because they only have like a small amount of time to get their blood and their nut and get out,
Yeah.
And they're huge. So I got my little mosquito net on. I'm like looking at my bike. I'm like, well, this is stupid. I haven't seen a truck in maybe an hour. I don't hear anything on the road. I got to get this bike up, and I don't know if I can do it. So I got to do something. I'm going to take all my shit off the bike, all the bags, everything. Now it's just a bike, and it's still heavy. I'm sliding and slippery, and all of a sudden I hear shit in the woods, like something huge is going through the woods. I'm like,
Yeah.
Is it a moose? Is it a bear?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's probably going to fucking eat me. And you can't bring anything into like Canada. So there's a whole kind of problematic thing where you could spend a couple $100 and get bear spray. So you can't bring bear spray into Canada, but you can buy it there. You can bring it into Alaska. And when you got to go back, you got to throw it out again and buy it in Canada. So you end up spending like $200 and you may never use it. So I'm like, fuck this. I'll just die like a man. I got my knife. So I'm like rushing to get my stuff back on the bike. I get it upwards. I'm just beat, So I didn't see the bear. My imagination was like, there's something right there.
Damn.
So it was kind of funny. But yeah, I didn't see any bears on the road. But as soon as I got on the tour, not to keep bouncing around, but yeah, there was bears crawling around. There was all the warnings on the doors, like, watch out for. They had a name. If I went back to my photos, I'm sure I could tell you the name.
So overall, like with of all the places you could go in like Alaska, that's more of a bucket list. Like I want to go to the very top part.
Yeah, it's just
that's
for somebody that wants to push it to the end.
Yeah.
And I forgot how much the tour was, but they take you out to the water on a tour bus, and then I would say while I was there, half the tour went in the water. They put their toes in or their ankles. And there was like 3 dudes that were like, I went all this way. I'm going in. And so I had a guy hold my phone. I go, I'm going in, dude. Ran in, jumped in the water. It was like 41 or 42 degrees. Ooh. And the water, it really wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be so much worse, but adrenaline's pumping. And they gave you a towel. And there's the tour guide. He does it every time. He does it like 3 times a day. He goes in the water. I'm like, dude, you're a polar bear, man.
Yeah.
And really nice guy.
So what was the idea? Like, what was just the push for the trip in general? Like, even before you left, like,
I just wanted to go as far as I could go. The saying is, don't go to Alaska as a young man because it'll ruin you. It's that epic. It's that gorgeous up there. It can, the journey there will definitely change you. It'll make you feel very small, like going through the Yukon, going through the expanse. Just you're staring at a mountain, like let's say outside Calgary, going up there. I mean, or in Alaska itself, and you're staring at it, and you're like, man, that's a big mountain, and you keep riding towards it, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger until it's the only thing you see. You feel so small. You're like, we are just little things on this planet. It really humbles you. And the nature, the views, glaciers, all the things just kind of add in. And if you have the opportunity to go, I always say you should go. But remember, you're going to want to go back. And I can't wait to go back. The goal is to ride up there with my son.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Would you do the Prudhoe Bay again, or would you go like do the some of the more?
I would do the Dempster Highway.
Okay.
because I've already done that.
The Dempster Highway is the one that goes to the tunnel, right? To like there's a train track on the road.
No, the Dempster is like Prudhoe,
Okay.
but it's not a haul road. It goes to I'm going to butcher the name, Tyatuk or something like that, and you can actually it's just a beach. You don't have to take a tour. You don't have to do that stuff. And there's actually people live up there.
Okay.
Like the Eskimo people, and that would be what I would probably do with him, as opposed to the Dalton. The plan, I think, last I saw was it's supposed to be fully paved by like 2028.
That'd be good.
Yeah, but there was a large portions that were paved. Terrible pavement, but still better than mud.
Yeah, I wonder what it's like paving on you don't have. I mean, that's a long stretch of highway.
Moves.
That's what
That's the frost heave. So you'll be riding, and then all of a sudden it's a peak. Like I've jumped that bike, like literally air jumped.
Yeah.
I broke so many things. My
Yeah. How
mounts all
did the
broke.
bike handle like that trip?
I'm blown away. It stayed together.
For real?
Yeah. But for the most part, it did stay together. On the way back was a problem. When I left, so I went to sleep at the Aurora, and I woke up and I'm like, all right, most people do 2 days up, 2 days back. That's what I had in my head. And when I left, it was dry-ish.
Yeah.
Enough so that, man, I was cruising, dude. I was like 65, 70 miles an hour. I was really pushing it. And I made it to go back over Adigan Pass, which is at Brooks Range.
Yeah.
And it got real slimy. It never did stop raining.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it was even worse now. And there was a moment, I was stuck behind a truck, and a rock came up, hit my shield, like cracked my shield. I was pretty upset. And it's just constant slime, wiping your stuff. And I'm like, I got to get around this guy. I got to be in front of him at least. You followed a semi in the rain, it just sucks.
Yeah.
The wind, the rain, then the slime. You're like, I can't do this. I got to get around him. So I go around him, which probably was a problem in his head.
Yeah.
Don't pass me. This is my road,
Yeah.
And I get around him, and I end up slowing down a little bit because now I'm going uphill, and I look at and he's right on my ass. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Like if I do anything, there's no time for him to stop. He's running me over.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, dude, if I make a mistake, this is over. I'm not making it home. And at this point, there's no guardrails. It's just you're dropping.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's dangerous. And that's why I say, I'm like, if you have the opportunity to not take a Harley on it, don't do that.
Yeah.
Take something that can handle it. But this was the start of my journey of mentally dialing back my own ego. I almost killed myself because of my ego. I had to get around him, that whole thing. And I put my life at risk where people depend on me. I've got 2 small boys and a wife at home.
Yeah.
And I had to get around, I put myself in a real predicament, and I was able to pull over, and he blew past me. I mean, I have it on video where I barely made it out of the way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I stopped, and there was an edge there, and there was no guardrail. Like I almost went off, and I'm like, man, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? And at this point I was beat, tired, and I made it down slowly off Adigan Pass, and I made it to Coldfoot. I got fuel, and it was just slime. I was miserable. I'm like, I don't want to be on this road anymore. And I'm looking at the sky. I'm like, man, it's still going to be light out. Like the sun doesn't go down. It's never going to go like all the way down. I'm like, I'm just going to see how far I can make it. I got my tent. If I got to pull over, I will, And so I kept going, and I did the whole thing in one shot.
Damn.
And I made it all the way back to Fairbanks, and my bike was making terrible noises. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I am so far from home. and I know that Harley's gonna kill you. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. This is making terrible noises. And remember, I told you it was a Sunday, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to that Harley dealer. We'll figure something out. I'm like, man, my primary's fucked. Something happened.
Mm-hmm.
All my linkage isn't working. I was really upset. And again, my ego had pushed me to a point where I didn't think it all out. I was tired. There's a lot of reasons, but I kept justifying things.
Yeah.
And I was going like really fast when I hit the pavement before I made it to Fairbanks, and just kind of being stupid.
Yeah.
And I power washed the bike, not enough. And all that calcium chloride just, like I said, it's a concrete hardener, locked up all my linkages. The bike's making fucked up noises. I'm going back to Fairbanks Harley. And I'm like, they open up in like 4 hours. I'm just going to park near it, and I'm exhausted. I just lay down in the dirt underneath my bike.
Mm-hmm.
The sun got brighter and brighter and brighter. And I woke up and I'm like, all right, let's go. And I went to hit the directions because I didn't stay right by it. I went down the road into like an abandoned gravel parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't open up. They're closed on Mondays, dude.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, fuck. What am I going to do?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, all right, I got to figure something out. So I'm like, AutoZone, something.
Yeah.
Because nothing's moving. I'm like, I got to free this stuff up, dude. Maybe I'll go power wash it again. I make it to an AutoZone. I grab some WD-40 and I just start spraying everything. My bike's like littered in WD-40. Speaking of which, there was a trick that I learned. I Pammed my bike.
Pammed?
Yeah, so Pammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, cooking oil.
Cooking oil. Yeah, so that shit wouldn't stick to everything. And I was like, I'm using too much. I don't want to get this shit on my tires, you know?
Yeah.
I Pammed a lot of it. And it's a good thing I did, but I should have done more. I dialed it back. I didn't use the whole can, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff, so it doesn't
So
stick to your bike.
kind of got that people had already talked about that was a problem.
Yeah. So try to do as much. I try to know like everything that I
Yeah.
can know before and someone's like, yeah, you got to Pam your bike so it doesn't stick to it, you know, and smoking, you know, off the pipe and shit. But yeah, if I had done it more, it probably would have been better. But I lubed everything up, just kept working it. And I kept limping it a little bit. And by the time I made it to North Pole, Alaska, I'm like, I got to do something. They're closed. I'll head south.
Yeah.
And it all kind of freed up and all the noises went away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just kept pushing the bike harder and harder. I'm like, if it's going to break, it's going to break.
Yeah.
And
How much like
back.
from so Fairbanks, like what's Anchorage? Do you go through Anchorage at all?
No,
So
that's
further south, right?
yeah, it's further south and west if you're looking at it that way.
Yeah.
But you know, that wasn't the whole highlight of the trip. Like Alaska and the Dalton Highway, that was pure discomfort.
Yeah.
That was only, this is what I came here for. I'm doing this. But just getting to Fairbanks was a whole different other story thing.
Mhm.
We're going way out of time. I would have loved to start like in the beginning, but one of the highlights was I was in somewhere in Canada and I was rolling up in a small town and I pull up to a light and this old dude on an adventure bike. I think it was 1200.
Uh-huh. GS. or
GS,
something.
yeah, but an older one, like an RT, I think it is. And he's just staring at me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. What's up, dude? And we both take off. And he's just still staring at me. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, okay, we're on the same road. You know, a lot of people are doing this. I've seen a million motorcycle riders. And she keeps flagging me to, you know, pull over. All right, whatever. I'm an extrovert. I like to meet new people. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll talk to this guy. And we pull over and we just happened to pull over and it was a beautiful, like everywhere you pull over up north
Uh-huh.
is some kind of adventure, beautiful thing right there.
Scenic stuff.
It's something like there's,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like there's a McDonald's right there and then it's like the most beautiful waterfall you've ever seen. And that's what it was. It was like a gorgeous waterfall. And I started talking to this guy. He's like, where are you from? Where are you going? What are you doing? And he's like, I just saw your bike and it was so different. And I was like, yeah, the bags were out of necessity because I needed to carry shit and I needed to strap it. The Harley bags wasn't going to happen. And they were already wrecked when I crashed on Daytona.
Yeah.
So there would have a big hole in the side of it. I'm like, I got to do something. And
Yeah.
Darren Uncle Paul's like, I got a whole setup. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
And I was able to put my tent and all that kind of stuff. And started talking with this guy. His name was Craig. And he's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going up to Fairbanks. He goes, well, I'm going to Toke. And I'm like, oh, it's on the way. And immediately from here, I was going to get on what's called the Cassier Highway.
Uh-huh.
So the Cassier Highway is the longest stretch without cell service in North America. It's 9 to 10 hours without any cell service. It is the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
It's a 2-lane road, very pretty. There's only one gas station in the middle. That's it. And they close at like 5.
Yeah, I think when I did that podcast with were you running the cameras? We did that one with Chase and his dad.
No, I was not.
So he had did the what was that thing called?
The Hoka.
The Hoka Hay.
Oh, okay.
And he talked about that little section there because he had to go all the way to Alaska as well on that
Gotcha.
thing.
Yeah, there's 2 different routes. You could take the Elkan Highway and the Cassier. I decided to take the Cassier up and the Elkan back.
And we can get some different
Yeah,
views.
yeah. So if you follow like my route, it's like a different thing.
Yeah.
Why not see as much as you can? And so he's like, all right, I'll go with you. I'm like, okay, just met you like fucking 5 minutes ago, but
Well, it's probably good to have a travel buddy.
that
do
in my head, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not the worst idea.
Yeah, yeah.
So we make it like 30 minutes in, and he flags me over. Pull over. All right, there's nothing out here. It's just you and me now, dude. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And we pull into this little thing, takes his helmet off. We're getting, mosquitoes and stuff. I'm like, what's up, dude? Like, everything okay? He's like, I was here 35 years ago. He was, I guess I should have said he's an older guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I felt kind of safe, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't so, like, I could probably fight him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was here 35 years ago when I used to have a camper on my truck. And I pulled over here, he starts telling me the story. And I'm like, trying to be nice, listen. And he's like, Sasquatch is real, man. I'm like, oh, fuck, this dude's going to murder me in the woods. Like, what is going on right now? He's like, I saw this burl, and all of a sudden, it was gone. I packed my shit up that night, and I got out of here. I was hearing weird noises in the woods. And I'm like, all right, I'm traveling with this guy for the next 10 hours. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we made it to the gas station. I made it within 15 minutes of close.
Damn.
And they have a little Connex box set up. And this was my first experience of the sun not going down.
Okay.
It was like 11:30, and we're outside, pretty bright out, and I'm making, my, not MRE, but kind of like that style of, we pour water in, the $20 ones you get at like fucking Dick's, and I'm just eating dinner. He's got his own dinner, and we're just bullshitting, and I'm like, so what's your story, dude? What are you doing on this road? Where are you going? Like, he goes, I'm going home. I go, okay. I told him mine, I'm trying to get up to the top. He's like, I've did it, a couple times. And it's pretty rough. He goes, you're going to have a really bad time on that bike. I go, all right. Yeah.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, dude. And he was telling me the story. And he started opening up, you're sitting there, not by candlelight, but kind of, we're cooking our dinners. And he used to keep the bike in the States. His son lived in the States. And was... not to be a downer here, but he was bringing the bike back because his son had committed suicide. Ooh. And he had no one to ride with in the States anymore. And he was going through some real headspace.
Yeah.
And he needed somebody. And I was going through my own stuff. That was also another part of the trip is I needed to kind of get away. I was going through a rough patch mentally as well. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of fed off each other, talked to each other, and really kind of confided a little bit. And I spent 1,000 miles with this guy.
Yeah.
And he needed someone to talk to and listen, and I needed someone as well. And more than once, I caught myself up in my feelings, and he was like, you all right, man? I'm like, I'm getting through it, dude. And he was getting through it too. And We shared a lot of stuff. We saw a lot of animals. I saw my first moose. Dude, I have been chasing, I have ridden all over the fucking world. And I've been in moose territory. I see the moose signs. And I'm like, they don't exist.
Yeah.
They don't exist. I've never seen a moose. And I'm like, what the fuck? I saw my first moose and it was like majestic. It was amazing. It was one of the best moments on a motorcycle I've ever had because it was just standing. It was like a bull in the middle of the road. I was like, this is so big.
Damn.
Yeah, they are massive.
It is so, you're like, is it going to charge me? I was way back and it just kind of looked at me like, all right. I'm like, rah, rah, you know?
Yeah.
It just kind of looked at me like I was nothing and just walked in the woods. The trees get out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, they're huge, dude. And I saw a couple more after that, but it like was the highlight of my trip. I was like, where the fuck are these moose? You know, upper Minnesota. I have ridden everywhere. And not everywhere, that's a bad way to say it, but a lot of moose territory. Finally saw one. It was such a highlight. But anyway, we made it to Toke. We split. And I just found out like 6 months ago, he lost his battle with his demons and ended up doing the same.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, and it was kind of rough. I mean, he was like a God-fearing dude, like roughneck. That dude was tough. And it really, I had to start dealing with my own stuff. And so I've been on this journey of like going through my own headspace. And that was a big thing with this trip as well. Like my wife understands that you have a whole world going on around you. I need this headspace, the helmet time.
So that was kind of one of the big factors in getting you on the road for that trip, that
for
solo trip.
Alaska trip as well. Yeah. I've done plenty of other solo trips, but that was like something where I needed to prove something to myself. I needed to push myself farther and farther and farther until I knew what my limits were. You never know how far your limits are until you push them.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what do you think about like the trip itself that, you know, without getting into any details of like what's going on, but like, how do you think the trip helps the mind space?
Being comfortable, being uncomfortable is a big thing. I kind of shoot for discomfort now, pushing myself farther and farther, seeing what I can get away with. I'm tired. You can go a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much testing yourself as it is just trying to understand what your limits are and without going too far, you know? And that was a big motivator of the trip was, am I going to make it to Fairbanks and quit? Am I going to make it to Coldfoot and quit? What am I going to do when it gets too hard?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to do it? And so that was a big motivator for the trip.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, in a sense, a lot of things are in your control on a trip. But at the same token, we were just talking about the past. You know, sometimes things are out of your control, the road conditions, the other things. And that diversity brings a version of you out, right?
Yes. How do you deal with things? Like just my second gas stop, I lost all my camping shit. Like, how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
Or you give up, you go home? You know, how do you deal with things not going your way? That's how life is.
Yeah.
You know, it's all tied together.
Would you say you're the kind of guy that really plans out something to a T?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoy winging it. Yeah.
I'm getting more into that space. I've always been a very over planner, you know, real controlling kind of thing of like wanting to know, okay, we're here tonight, we're there tonight, we're there the other night, you know? And on my last couple of years, I didn't travel much last year. It was probably the least I've traveled in the last 10 years. But in the last couple of years prior to that, my trips that's one of the things I've been trying to break about myself.
They get looser.
Is to kind of go and allow whatever the experience is to be instead of trying to control it all and force these cool opportunities. You know what I mean?
I have found that the best moments of my life have been unplanned.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to meet this guy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I could have just said, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't need to do this, but you'll see that there is like the fate thing, but you'll see the signs of the universe. Like, hey, just let it happen. Like, just let things how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And a good audiobook is The Art of Letting Go.
Who wrote that one?
Offhand, I'd have to look at my thing. But another one is Ego is the Enemy. I got a lot of these from Austin. You remember Austin?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we talk all the time about, helping and
Yeah.
brain. It's, he's getting me. He's like, dude, journal's good.
Yeah, yeah.
And great dude, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just trying to fix things and be the best version of myself, and like you said, letting things be. Like, oh, I got to be here. Like, what happens if you don't?
Yeah.
Yesterday I wanted to be somewhere, wasn't going to happen, and I had a great night. I got the Chinese food. I got the I had a great night.
Yeah.
And I could have pushed it farther. And the times I know when I force these things, it's not the best time it could have been, or it's even bad, So if you can work on that, keep working on it.
Yeah, it's definitely been the thing I've been trying to work on, because say for instance, a trip for me, right? There is definitely the aspect of like, I need the headspace, I need the chance to be out, but so much of like the business is wrapped up in that trip,
a huge problem
in it. And so I just don't, I say this, I don't feel like I have the luxury of going on a motorcycle trip fully, completely disconnected from what I do for a living. And I don't think I can
fully understand what you're saying.
I don't know that I'm able to let go of that yet, right? I want to, but it's like if I'm out on a bike going across the country and I'm, I want to take a photo. I want to bring my camera. I want to have these conversations. So it's like, it's not as much work as it technically is, but it's like one of those things where if I do this big trip, like when I did my 7-week trip, I was on the road, the anxiety that was coming on while on the trip, because I was like feeling like I didn't get enough podcasts, or I don't know if I shot anything of value or any good photos. Like, I start weighing what I leverage to be on the trip versus what I feel like I'm getting. And I'm like, this is a loss.
I just had that conversation with Justin today. Without social media, I would still do this.
Yeah. I mean, I would, that's
without it, I was doing it regardless. And it's my decision to share it. You know what I mean? I don't have a business. I don't have anything, and I can understand from your portion that you have to. This is your industry. You know what I mean? You have to take the picture. I think one of the worst thing that ruins road trips for me is I'll be going down the road and I'll see like a cool fireworks stand or some old thing. I'm like, that'd be a great photo, and I'd get a bunch of likes or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if that's what you're thinking about, and you're not lost in your head going down the road, and all you're thinking about is those things, are you really doing it for the right reasons?
Yeah.
And I can see how that could be anxiety ridden, almost debilitating, to where you're like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to be here.
Yeah.
I would say, if you can, try to do one without having any business contacts. Just, you know what? You're going to, right? You're going to take the purple bike.
Yeah, but that's I'm trying to make a 2.5 hour, 3 hour whole video on that trip,
Yeah, that's a problem.
The thing is that I do have joy out of the creation of this other stuff, right? It's also, it's like, I don't want to look at it as bad. There's parts of traveling that, yes, I want to be able to do that without the need to do these other things, but I want to photograph it, period, for my own, like, not just for line.
For the memories.
I mean, most of us, Devin will probably tell you as well. It's like we photograph, us photographers or people that love taking photos. Instagram isn't where they live. I mean, it's not a place you really want to put photos. It's like, I put it there.
That's a very fair point.
Like, I like this. I want my photos printed. I want them on the wall. I want people to see them and feel them in a different way. So, but I mean, back to what I was saying, there's like, say when I ride the shovel head, like it goes a lot with what you were just saying of like the challenge. Like there's a brand new Road Glide right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's something unknown about that shovel head. There's a discomfort in the longevity of being on it all day. There's a lot of limitations as to how fast it'll go, and there's a lot you have to pay attention to, and all those things add into a way more visceral experience. And when I've tried to explain that to so many people, it's like most people are chasing making things easier and more proficient, and I feel like I'm just trying to go with the most experience-based, like not experience, the most I want the most out of it, like mentally and physically, and you know what I mean?
That's the right
You're trying to
direction.
connect with the
Yeah,
trip.
that's the right direction.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think would maybe be like an analogy. Have you ever heard the thing where like, if you like cars, don't work on them for a living kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
That's kind of I'm feeling the same analogy for like the road trip thing. You're like, you like road trips, don't do it for a living kind of thing. But no, I think that's the right direction because you're going to get a completely different experience out of it. Because you've done all the road glide stuff. You did the nice bikes.
Yeah.
That FXR probably you're going even farther back now.
Yeah.
So you're getting all the motorcycle experience.
Yeah, and I really want that that kind of experience. You know, it's when I sit down with and do podcasts with the old heads and they talk about what they used to do, I'm like, like even me doing it like on a style bike that they did, I still have a cell phone.
Yeah.
I still have like
There's
so
no
much
maps.
comfort. There's a gas station every 50 miles.
Yeah.
You know
The
what I mean?
unknowns aren't there.
Yeah, it's like you jump on a bike like that and you break down the middle of nowhere, like the road has to provide, you know?
Even though I'm on a bike and I'm ripping, you know, going pretty quick,
Yeah.
things are blowing by fast.
Yeah.
The world is different, slowing down.
It is.
And with that bike riding, slowing down, you're going to get more out of it than me blasting interstate. It's the difference between riding highway and 2-lane.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're not going to want to be on the highway.
Exactly.
You're going to be on you're going to want to be on the 2-lane,
Yeah.
and you're going to see the giant ball of yarn.
And that's exactly it.
That's part of the experience, and I think you're going to enjoy it more.
But I think that for myself, not that I have all the time in the world to be on the road, but like as I've gotten to a point where I can take 2 weeks off work pretty consistently, or maybe even push it to 3 weeks every once in a while, like I'm not going to jump on that bike and ride it all the way to Washington. I need a month to do that, right? To really enjoy it. But to ride to LA, go hit a little Mexico, come back home, that's a 2.5 week trip. Like that'll be a good one, right?
You don't want to feel rushed.
Yeah. I want the time to stop and I want to go to the town. Like I just like, what I was getting at is that I've already blasted all the interstates to get from here to there. And I've seen a lot of it. And I'm not saying that because once I ride that bike to Cali and come back, 3 weeks later, I'm jumping on the road glide and going back to Cali. And that time, I'll probably just blast I-10 there just so that I can make it there, you know? And I'm going to enjoy every moment of it. I'm still on a bike. It's still sick. But I just think that for slowing down and experiencing the road in a different way, like you said it best, like that different speed changes how you see things and experience things. And that you can ride the same roads for the rest of your life, but if you change the bike you're on, you change the experience.
Look at how fast-paced all of life is.
Yeah.
Phones going off. I need to immediately respond to this message. Otherwise, I'm going to miss something. There's FOMO everywhere for everything. All that gone, you're slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like detaching.
Yeah.
You know? I think you're going to have a phenomenal time on it, dude.
I'm excited about it. You know, to bring it back to what I was getting at or what I was talking about with like managing the expectations of things. Like I do want to have an outline of where I want to go and what I want to see, and I just want to be more loose on controlling the narratives of like every day, every moment, right? Instead of like, we're sitting here having a great conversation, but I'm like you were saying with Justin earlier, we were hanging out, we were having a good conversation, but I was like, man, I need to get to Dallas tonight.
Yeah.
So having a little bit more freedom,
It is a bummer.
to open that window a little bit longer or shut it down, just be able to do whatever feels right, you know? you're in LA, you're like, man, I'm having a good time. And these people just invited me to something tomorrow. I was planning on leaving
Wouldn't
tomorrow.
it be cool if I could just stay, be a little bit more loose with it? Yeah. Ironically, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about the whole ego thing. Is like you're managing your expectations. A lot of people, like myself, I would catch myself getting upset, like my kids, or we're getting upset in general because I was putting my expectations and expecting other people to adhere to my expectations. And who was I mad? I was getting mad at them, but I was really mad at myself.
Yeah.
Because I was putting their expectations aren't my expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have these expectations. So I got to be here. I got to be here. I got to be there. You know, it's like I'm getting mad at myself because I'm not doing the things that I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to be there the time I was going to be, not going to be there. Some of the guys I talk to that are loose like that, dude, they're just chill as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I know a handful of them. And I'm like, dude, I would love to just be able to turn your worldview on in my head all the time, or just whenever I want it. I mean, I like the way I am is got me where I'm at in life, and I don't hate that, right? But there are aspects where I want to enjoy certain things with a different mindset than what I currently, am programmed with. The current operating system.
I fight with it all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, that, the trips thing, it's like, I also noticed it for myself. Like, last year I built 2 bikes, right? And I spent,
Which ones were they?
The brown FXR and the purple bike.
Okay.
So I spent most of last year working on bikes, and there was a similar satisfaction of discovery, completing, building, seeing something come to life.
Yeah, the closure of it.
There was something like, I won't say it can replace the traveling for me, being on a bike, being on the road, but it gave me a unique experience or feel that like I'd really, I don't have it that often, right? Mm-hmm. To building to those depths that I did on those bikes. But now it's like, when I'm customizing a bike, I'm always daydreaming about where I want to ride this bike to. Or like I envision myself on PCH or.
That's probably why your bikes turn out so good, is because you have them in your head of what is this bike going to do?
Yeah.
How should it look? How should it perform? Where is it going?
Yeah.
And you build it to that.
Yeah.
That's probably why it turns out like that.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. I think that's a good way to look at it.
Because some people just bolt shit on, right?
Yeah, the Road Glide is going to be a lot of bolt-on stuff. You're
not doing bolt-on stuff right now, right? Or
well,
those bikes weren't bolt-on stuff.
Well, modern bikes, it's really, I'm not going to say it's hard. Justin's doing a lot of crazy stuff on his bike for Born Free, but it's just inherently those bikes are technically bolt-on bikes. It's not saying that it's bad. I'm not trying to negate that, but I think that's why I got so wrapped up in loving the chopper stuff, because everything is custom fitted, custom done,
Yeah. It's more of a skill thing.
Yeah.
And there's more of an appreciation when you see one like that, because you're now seeing how much work it goes to put in. You're like looking at someone's trees that are one off and you're like, okay, I tried doing that earlier and it took a really long, and I fucking threw a set away, whatever,
It's just
start
a different
appreciating it.
Yeah. It's just a different experience, man. Like the Road Glides, the Lowrider ST, all the bikes that I've had over the last 10 years that have really been great. And I've loved every moment of riding them, but like I was going to ask you, like you have an adventure bike now, right? You're on the Road Glide.
I'm on the Road Glide, but I didn't want a replacement for the Road Glide.
Okay. You wanted a different experience?
Yeah, so I've been moving towards off pavement for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I really fell in love with it when I was going up north, and I've always been kind of thinking about it. There's the Trans-American Trail off-road. I've been talking about that forever. But now I'm getting my son involved.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, did you see the trip when I went to Colorado?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I don't know if your stuff's landing in my algorithm or whatever.
That's okay. Yeah, you didn't even know about my Japan trip.
I didn't until you said something earlier.
Or Europe or any of that stuff. No, but last year, when my son's 12 now.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, it's always, you got kids.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a love. You're sharing your love of what you enjoy with them. Mm-hmm. It could be anything. Well, for us, it's motorcycles probably,
mm-hmm.
Or customization or whatever. And I've been waiting since the day he was born to take my kid on a motorcycle trip.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if this is not close enough, but I took him around Lake Michigan.
Oh, hell
I've done
yeah.
it like 6 times, but I wanted him to fall in love with it, with traveling.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the motorcycle part, but I knew the traps of being stuck in one small spot. That's how I grew up. And the closed-mindedness of it until I started traveling the world, that I realized that this is a small place. People are great, you know, not being stuck. Damn it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share that with him. So I took him around Lake Michigan and I just treated him like a king. Every night had a hotel with a pool, rode horses on Mackinac Island, took him on a helicopter.
Oh, hell
Dude,
yeah.
everything, right? And he, before the trip was even over, he's like, we got to go somewhere else. It worked, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, yes, I'm going to share this with my son. It's, dude, the bond. I never had a father. So I realized that I didn't want to give him everything I didn't have, because I'm kind of giving myself everything I didn't have, you know, but I wanted to teach him all the things and show him all the things that I wish somebody would show to me.
Yeah.
And so I got him into the love of travel. The kid's been to like more states and like countries than most people, you know?
Nice.
And so I started doing other trips with him. I took him to Speed Dealer. We took the back roads and we made it right at the end of the show. We didn't even, like, I gave like Austin a high five.
Yeah.
And like, we are, let's head home. And I also took him to the southernmost point, you know, in Key West.
Key West.
Well, there's a little spot up in northern Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
It's the northernmost point. You have to go through Canada to get there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I got to like stop and see Hoffman set up and all. It was awesome. So he's been to both points.
Nice.
You know, and on the way to Colorado, we stopped in the middle. So he's been to like the top, the middle, and the southernmost point. And he's like, you know, 11 years old at this point. And I'm, you know, cruising online. I don't know how I saw it. Somebody was sharing something on like 1K a day or Iron Butt, and saw the record was held by a 12-year-old. I'm like, hey, dude, you're 11.
Yeah.
What do you think? And I want to push you into this, you know, but do you want to try? You know, it's your choice. Because dude, this is going to be real hard. And we rode from our house to Colorado Springs, 1,009 miles in like, oh, fuck, I can't remember. Was it 20 hours, something, some change? And, you know, he got the award for the 1K in a day, you know, young kid. He's got his name on it. So even for the smallest amount of time, somebody will break the record. But he could say when he's 30 years old, I was the youngest kid to do 1,000 miles in a day, you know. It was so cool. And so the goal is now, not to go so wide out, we're going to ride the adventure bike, and we're going to take the Trans-Wisconsin Trail. There's our first trip up to, you know, Canada all off-road. There's like a crashed plane in the woods. We'll camp, moto camping, you know. So we're going to start doing more adventure stuff. And then, you know, without giving away all my secrets, you know, because, you know, you start talking about it, people end up doing it. But there's a Trans-Labrador Highway. There's a Trans-American Trail. You know, I got work. I got kids. I can't do it all in one shot. It's like 27 days to go coast to coast. So if I could do one portion here, one portion there, but if I can incorporate it with him and show him all the things and the beauty that is nature, and I'm just in love with sharing time with him.
That I didn't really grow up. I grew up in the city. You know what I mean?
I grew up in the city of Chicago.
It's like I remember the first time I went camping as an adult. It was Giddy Up.
Oh, okay.
Like we rode to Giddy Up, and my first camping was a moto camping thing. I overpacked. I had the biggest stuff. I mean, you would have thought I was glamping with all the shit that was on my Dyna, I was thinking to myself, like, man, I wish I would have experienced this as a kid.
Exactly. Simple.
You know?
Like the bike, right? Like simplifying stuff. I don't need the hotel, and also like I know it's harder when you're older, but
and I mean,
there's an appreciation to it.
Yeah. I've taken my son camping, my daughter camping. I like to take them on road trips across the country. You know,
it's the same. Yeah.
Haven't had a chance to do one in a while. Definitely need to re-up and do something.
That.
Yeah, definitely want to. Yeah. So this, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask you. So you're doing this trip with you're chasing the experience, but you've been all over. Where do you want to go? Where do you dream about going?
I mean, honestly, dude, like America's sick. Like
It is awesome.
there's to me, it's like I'm pretty content riding. I just want to ride different bikes in different places. Like I want to
So not necessarily location, but
the
experience.
motorcycle and the location. Like
I can appreciate.
you know,
that.
like there's because like I said, there's like a different feeling when you could say this. I mean, you built your bike. When you build your bike and then you have this thing that was a vision, now it's a reality, and now this reality is sitting on the coastline in Gold Beach, Oregon.
I did this.
You're like it's an amazing kind of circle of life kind of situation.
Yeah, when it all comes together, you're like, I remember when that was a frame.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
Yep.
I
get
that.
I mean, there's things like I would love to do Europe, some different stuff in Europe. I think the one thing I want to owe to myself is to do the entire, all the way down the bottom of South America.
It's also on the
that's
list.
kind of like, if I never ride anywhere, if I never get to do the Japan thing or something like that, then if I could just do that one trip, that I think that I would be completely content with like my motorcycle life. You know, I'm not as like hell bent on.
What about South America?
I don't know if it's just the I've watched the Long Way Up. I watched all Danger Dan's things when he did all that stuff, and I followed a lot of different things. I haven't like deep dived it, or I haven't dove into it too deep in certain areas, but you know, like the salt flats in Bolivia, you know, riding through the Andes, or I don't know if you ride through them or around them. I want to see
Peru so bad.
You know, those kind of things are. And
I was just curious, did you fall in love with their experiences, or is this like something that you wanted to do?
I think that it probably is something that I saw them do, and I'm developing more and more reasons for myself to do it now that I've seen that it exists. I mean, there's just so many things that I don't really know, like. You don't know it's out there. You know, you don't know it's an opportunity.
That is exactly what the Alaska trip started out with.
For real?
Yeah. I saw a video and I was like, I bet you that's really fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I don't have money for another bike. I'm going to do it on whatever I got.
Yeah.
There was no like, oh, I'm going to prove that I could do it. This is what I have. This is what I'm using. I've turned that bike. It's had 10 different lives, just like I've had 10 different lives.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's all scratched up and all fucked up, because those are memories.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was trying to get to. That point was not to lead you on, but it was the same thing. I fell in love with another experience. It wasn't like a goal, like I want to go up there. It was like I saw someone else do that and I fell in love with chasing that experience that someone else did.
Yeah.
Because you can't really do anything new anymore.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being inspired by other people. Yeah. I mean, that's literally like, you know, your favorite bands are usually inspired by 3 other bands prior to that. So it's like I've always said this, you know, like everything that you absorb and take in creates something unique and different on the other end, right, of you.
Yeah.
So the way that I have fell in love with motorcycle travel is kind of unique to me, and trying to share these conversations with people to hopefully inspire somebody. You know, maybe they don't jump and go all the way to the Prudhoe Bay, but they're like, you know what?
No, you have. You definitely have. I can't tell you how many people I spoke to that they look forward to the camp out or whatever. And that's just a short thing. But in the time frame, you have influenced a lot of people. You have inspired a lot of people to just get out on their bike.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the camp out thing is unique. I never knew it became its own thing, right?
Yeah.
When people started doing the convoys and the traveling to the camp out, and they'd show up.
I know, I like
with these with these amazing stories of how they got there and what happened. I'm like, man, like that's inherently what the camp out really was. It was just a reason to go travel on your bike.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think you achieved that goal.
I did not have that goal at the beginning. I just was trying to get drunk in the woods with people on bikes. But it became that through the way people chose to attack it. You know what I mean? And it just it got real big, and it got really complicated to run, and it started to lose.
Things.
It started to lose that. I've said this many times, and I won't drag it out, but like when you're riding your bike across the country to come party with us in the woods, and you have to drive or ride your bike through a sea of trailers and RVs.
I think that was the end.
That was the end
when
for
you
me.
could get trailers delivered.
Yeah.
Which,
because it's like, okay, well, we're not all on the same playing field now. Because when we were all sleeping in the mud,
it was kind of funny. Yeah, when I woke up and like the water like crept up to the tent, and I was like, oh, this is a thing. No, that was great.
Yeah, it was a perfect event for the time. You know what I mean? Like when we were all the culture of performance baggers was still young, and everybody was finding it, and there was this hub that everybody could go to and ride and test themselves on the Talamina against other riders and all kinds of stuff, man. You know, it was a lot of things, and you know, I'm glad it just, you know, it existed, and you know, now it doesn't. And
I think you did great.
Yeah,
you put something out there, it did a good thing, and now you're continuing on with something else. You know,
yeah. There's other stuff I want to do, man. You know,
you should do.
Yeah. What so this trip you're on now, man, like where's the whole, like, did you choose? Did you see all the conflict going in Mexico and go, I want to go ride into Mexico right now?
All right. There's a whole big caveat to that. So I have been trying. So when I got back from Alaska, while I was on Alaska and other trips, I've always wanted to go to Mexico. I have really like some parts of motorcycle culture, meeting people and seeing it around the world. Like I got to see Japanese motorcycle culture, European motorcycle culture, Canadian motorcycle culture, and they all have their own little things to it. And I've always wanted to go experience Mexico. Like I think we're trying to do it for like 4 years. And every time I talk myself out of it. Again, another thing. I'm holding myself back like most of us do. We talk ourselves out of stuff. We usually talk ourselves into stuff too, but no, I get the sensationalism from other people. No. Like something happens, politics, Trump, ICE. There's always cartel. It's always something.
Yeah.
And usually there's other things I want to do, and I'm trying to incorporate way too much. Like I was telling you earlier, like I want to go, I can only do so much. I can't leave for weeks and weeks and weeks,
Yeah.
I have a full-time job, 2 kids. Everybody depends on me, and things lined up this time. And so I try to explain, they're like, why aren't you worried about this? And then I go, it'll be fine. Like people are vacationing in Florida. Minnesota's on fire.
Yeah.
Like it's not the whole country, that whole Puerto Vallarta and like on fire and this and that. Have you heard anything since? Not a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It happens every time, every year. It just happened to be right when I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And like some shit, I'm like, oh, fuck it. This is too big of a risk, And it just worked out time-wise. My wife's like, yeah. And she's like, you're going to do whatever the fuck you want to do anyway. So.
Yeah. So leading into this trip, like, what are the serious concerns that you have or like you're putting on the table for yourself as you go?
Yeah, I'm not stupid, there's concerns. Some of the roads that I'm choosing are known for like extortion, kidnapping, stuff like that. But a lot of it is people that are looking for trouble. I'm not looking for trouble. There's, other motorcycle guys, there's a certain respect that goes with it. And I'm not banking on that. Yeah. But I made a couple contacts down there through friends. Yeah. And maybe they'll call ahead, let me through. Or it's actually, there's something going on right now. There's like a truckers union that's trying to shut down highways. So I'm like leery of which highways I'm going to go on because they're going to shut it down. Like, I don't know if you saw Sandoval. Yeah. Just went. I don't know if you watched that thing. It was really good. He did a great job. It was very entertaining. And he got stuck behind some road closures and stuff. And my concerns are, obviously there's corruption and this and that, but it's everywhere. Or there's certain parts of like Chicago, like you're not supposed to go there, and I'm like, go there all the time. Like I don't feel unsafe. I know when keeping your head on a swivel, that kind of thing. Don't be stupid. Don't be flashing money. People are generally not in groups, good people. And from what I've heard, what I've read, people will go out of their way to help you, whether you're here, there. but definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really have a concern. I don't think I'm going to have a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that if something was to happen, people would go out of their way to help me.
I feel like the kind of it's like the overthinking of like almost manifesting a problem.
I think the media and I think just everything out there wants to keep you scared.
Yeah, yeah.
In a grand scheme, I meet people all the time. They're just scared to leave their homes, scared to do things, and you lose out on a lot of stuff. Oh, I'll do it when I retire. It's like, dude, it gets harder.
Yeah, it does.
It gets harder.
Yeah.
Do the stuff now. I wish I could do that one day. Like, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
I just want to go skydiving. Well, then go.
Yeah.
A lot of I'm kind of nerd. You're never going to get over it unless you do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it. Is another thing is like, I've always wanted to do this. So if it works, let's go.
Yeah, I think you're kind of doing a similar route that Danger Dan has done a couple times, where they'll go down.
I have no idea what routes he's taken.
They usually go down to some point. There's like a rally that goes on.
Yep, that's where I'm going at. So there's the Mazatlan Beach Party.
Oh,
Yeah.
The motorcycle beach party.
Yeah.
Lord's Gastown guys are there.
And I heard that it's like
Pretty
good
good.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the only reservation I made.
Nice.
It's the only place I had to be between the 9th and the 12th,
Yeah.
And
So, what kind of what's like once you hit the border, what are you excited about between the border and say the beach party?
the food.
The food?
And then I make the terrible joke of the big booty Latinas. I made that joke too many times. My wife doesn't appreciate that joke anymore.
Yeah.
It was good the first time, not anymore. No, so I'm, like we have Route 66, right?
Yeah.
And there's one of the trouble areas, like Puerto Vallarta, that was on fire, is Reynosa.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, it's kind of unsafe, that people between the border crossing and the toll road, like it's not a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if you go in through Laredo, I guess you're not going end to end. It's like starting the Route 66 in St. Louis. Like you missed a whole section, dude. And I want to go, whether that's smart or not. I want to do it 40 end to end kind of thing. So that's why I guess it's a little bit of a risk, but then I went to the Mexican consulate in Chicago because it's a whole you can't just cross.
Yeah.
Like Canada's like, yeah, hey buddy guy, they let it. It's not a problem unless you have criminal records.
DWI
Yeah. But I don't have to do anything. Mexico is like a whole thing. I have to have Mexican insurance. I have to have a TIP, a temporary import permit. And then they got to let you in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all costs money, and all has to be done either at the border or ahead of time. So I went to the Mexican consulate in Chicago, and I'm talking to the guy. I'm just whenever anybody that might have been to Mexico, I just keep asking, what's their experience, and whether it makes me feel good or bad. I'm getting an honest opinion. And the guy that was doing my thing is like, I'm from Reynosa. I'm like, well, what do you think? Where would you cross, Laredo or Reynosa? And he's like, I'm from Reynosa. I think you should go to Reynosa. I'm like, okay, well, that's what you would cross. What should I cross?
Yeah.
And he's like, you'll be fine. So I'm going to go into Reynosa, and I'm going to take the toll road. Now, the toll road is all new, well-maintained. There's like National Guard on it, up and down. If you see them, you see dudes with big guns, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
It's when you're in the middle of nowhere when things can get funky. There's a guy on Instagram, young dude, I think. His name's Landon. I can't remember his last name. He just took his dirt bike and just started riding all the states in Mexico. It's awesome. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And all his experiences and all the little things that he's posted, he's like, it came to the same conclusion. It made me feel so much better, was just getting that sensationalism pushed back and accepting that people are good. And he has some great stories. Like, obviously, he ran into a couple of roadblocks and this and that, but most of it is citizens that are trying to keep the cartel out. And I don't know. It's a complicated and complex situation.
Yeah.
What's intertwined and what's not, and I have no idea. I don't even speak Spanish that well. But doing Duolingo, Donde está la biblioteca? but yeah, he shows like true
Yeah.
culture that everyone's nice and wants to help you. So I'm gonna try to do 40 through Saltillo and then Monterey and go to Durango. And then from Durango, there's a road 23 and it goes south and then it cuts over to like Ruiz. And it's hard to show on a map, but it's remote. There's people, but there's no services. So no place to stay, no gas, just barrel gas. So if you're familiar with barrel gas, if you're not, they get gas from the gas stations and they bring it to their town. If you need gas, you're getting it out of like a milk jug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence the 3-gallon Roto pack.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna bring my own gas from Durango, just in case. But it's maybe 6 hours. It's like the road of 3,000 turns or something. And then from there, go up to Mazatlan, get into the Mazatlan is like like any other tourist kind of thing, the big hotels and the beaches and stuff. And then they have the motorcycle beach party, and I'll get there and I want to go do 40, the Libre Road, and then 40D is the toll. So the toll has like the highest bridge in Mexico and all these cool tunnels and stuff, and well maintained and supposedly safe. And then the Libre, the free road, it's got all the curves. It's like they call it the Devil's Backbone.
Okay.
So those are the 3 roads that I'm going after. I'm trying to get an introduction to Mexico because I plan on coming back. So just like going to Alaska, like I'm scouting all these things I want to do with either my kid or someone else or do again.
I've always wanted to kind of go down the entire California Baja.
Yeah.
Like kind of how you're hopping over and then coming up it. I think that'd be a unique experience too. Just being able to, every time I've ever gone on a trip and we've put our bikes on like a ferry or something like that, it's just a gnarly experience.
It's so cool. Like when you go to Canada, you're just on a ferry all the time
Yeah.
to get to certain places. I love the experience.
Yeah.
I even did it with my Suburban once. There's an island in Wisconsin called Washington Island, and people live there.
Yeah.
It's super gnarly. Yeah, and then come back to Mazatlan, hang out with meet people and whatever, and see what the whole thing's going to be about.
Was it La Paz or something down there at the bottom?
Yep.
So you end up
it
going
goes
over there?
from Mazatlan to La Paz.
Okay.
And then La Paz is like 2 hours north of Cabo. So there's like a loop you can do. I'm going to go down to Cabo and, I guess you could say bragging rights, but I'm going to go to the tip,
Yeah.
try to jump in the water or something, I don't know. And then take it all the way up, and go through Ensenada and Tijuana. Trying to say shit right because I don't sound like an idiot. And then go to San Diego. I want to go to MCRD, like the Marine Corps Boot Camp.
Yeah.
So I've been able to go to almost, this will be the last one. As a civilian, I've gone to every place that I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, nice.
So I was able to get to Camp Fuji in Japan. I take that back. I didn't make it to Okinawa yet, but I'm going back.
Oh, nice.
But I will get to Okinawa again. But I want to go to boot camp. It's kind of like a thing for me. And then San Diego Customs and maybe the Fast and Furious thing.
Oh, the
Tuna no crust thing.
Oh yeah, what is it?
I want to do a little
Neptunes?
touristy things.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And then I'm from Venice originally, so I'd like to go back and see Venice.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I was in Venice, I met Danny Trejo.
For real?
Yeah, yeah. I was in a movie. It's like Venice Nights or something.
Okay.
I'm like, I want to get a tattoo, and I roll into this tattoo parlor, and Danny Trejo's in there shooting a movie.
Oh,
Like, you want to be an extra in the back? Like, yeah, okay. I don't think I was even in the movie. They cut that scene, dude. But it was cool to say.
Yeah.
I met him. I got a picture with him and shit.
Sick.
And then maybe go up to the Neptune's Net. I've never been there,
Yeah.
so go check.
It's a good
that.
experience.
Yeah, and then cut over to San Bernardino. Maybe people aren't gonna. I want to go see Kevin. Kevin's done cool shit for me. I'm running his shocks. They're one-offs, see his shop.
Mm-hmm.
I really want. I think this trip is going to turn into something different, where it's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm changing the way that I'm with this journaling and stuff that I'm doing. Is maybe it's about the experiences of when I'm meeting people, seeing how they are. Like, I'm here with you. I saw Justin. I've been to Kyle's and Steve a bunch. but there's other people I'm going to go visit.
Yeah.
And shops I'm going to go visit. And my interpretation of what coming in cold and seeing their stuff,
Yeah.
and either appreciating their friendship, their experience, them showing me around, and then I don't know, we'll see. I haven't figured it out yet. I got a lot of time to figure it out. And then from there, a goal of mine is always to do, I like the alien shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
The world is, it's a big world, man. And then you think about it, it gets wild. We're just a rock floating in space and shit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to go to the extraterrestrial highway. I don't have time to do that. So I'm going to stop in Roswell and try to camp in Roswell.
Okay.
Hopefully
Yeah.
man, I thought I saw an alien when I was a kid.
I
Maybe.
feel like Roswell has way more to offer in that regard than riding the extraterrestrial highway and going to like where technically Area 51 is.
Yeah.
We went there and we were like, it's like a little kiosk store, and
We're like,
it's so underwhelming. There's a mailbox that everybody goes to check out, you know.
I don't know. Is the mailbox still there?
It was there a couple years ago. I mean,
Okay.
it's been a couple years since we've been there, but
I got a bunch of little things saved, you know.
It's cool. Like I've had to. I think I was either talking to Devin about this or somebody, but I've had to like really tone down. Like when someone tells me about a trip they're doing, I immediately start saying, no, don't do that. The highway sucks. Don't do that. But it's like there's something about they need to experience that for themselves first. And I'm trying to like get myself to stay out of the way of someone doing that. But it's like if you come here and you're like, hey man, the first time I'm going to California, I got all this planned out, and you're just telling me, and I'm like, fuck, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
But it comes from a
Traffic's
good place,
gonna be brutal,
right?
man.
It comes from a good place, but he's always just like, no, you don't want to do that. You do this, and it's because he's done
being
the trial
helpful.
and error. Yeah, because
It is, but it's
gone
not.
through it.
It's not necessarily someone that asks me, hey, what do you think about this trip I'm planning?
Because you could potentially ruin their experience, maybe.
Possibly.
They need that.
That's why also I love like going on trips with new people. Like you asked earlier, like what kind of stuff. I was like, dude, I love meeting somebody that's hungry for this stuff and going like, man, I want to ride to California. It's like, well, I'm riding next month. If you want to go, I'll show it. I love showing someone something for the first time.
Oh, it's the best. That's you take someone to get something to eat. You're just watching them.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you enjoy it? Is it as good?
it does. It kind of, there's a fulfilling aspect of that, like a little bit of a host mentality. I do like to, facilitate a good time for people, but yeah, like I got to stop being that way where I'm like, that shit sucks. Or, cause their bucket list rides are usually, I want to do $1 Million Highway. I want to do PCH. I want to do, said road, Teledragon, and all of those things you kind of need to do it.
Yeah.
But it's like when I'm thinking of $1 Million Highway is the number one for me that I'm like, waste of time. There's 10 times cooler shit on the outskirts of it.
Go do Beartooth.
Go do Beartooth. Dude, go ride the Grand Mesa. I thought was a way more fun ride.
I just did $1 Million like with my kid. And I was like,
it's
was
cool.
okay. Yeah. It's pessimistic, but you're trying to be helpful. It comes from a good spot. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You're trying to help them be like, hey, man, don't waste your time. But they need to.
Yeah.
Because then they'll never check it off.
I
They'll
just always
never know.
Yeah, they're left with the
They're
doubt
just
of-
they're just listening to someone else.
Yeah.
It's the same thing of like, don't go to Mexico, dude. Don't.
it's
You're
like-
gonna get killed. Like,
Yeah, there's.
But-
I guess my fear of it is that, like, say Monument Valley, right? That's one of my most favorite places, and it's not like a ride that you're like, oh my god, the twists and turns. It's just this, like, feeling in this place and these sights and the way it feels. It's so unexplainable, right?
I know what you're saying, and that's how I feel about up there.
Yeah,
There's a feeling. You feel small.
yeah. And there's a hotel called the San Juan Inn that
It's on my little thing.
you stay there.
And all these little green pins everywhere on my
The
freaking
stars
map.
are gnarly. It's just I've got some amazing experiences at that hotel with good friends. And to me, I'm like, man, if they go ride $1 Million Highway and they never try to come check this out, I'm like, you might not ever come back here. Cause being in motorcycling for as long as I have, man, people usually they'll invest 5 years into this. And if they don't really get hooked or like sold on this stuff, then they're out. They'll go get a jet ski or fucking art.
That's what they want to do. That's not
For sure. That's what they
you know.
want to do. But if I can help facilitate helping them find what is truly, or what I think is truly amazing about this stuff.
But if they do all the epic stuff without any discomfort, it's kind of like flying to a spot and be like, oh, that's cool. But you didn't get any of the stuff in between. You didn't ride in the rain. Part of the journey is the discomfort.
I think I am 100% that way mentally. But there's so many people out there that are just the complete opposite, where they want to have the experience of going to said location, but they don't want they want to be able to go there, fly there, get in there, go do the thing.
I think it ruins it.
I do as well, but like I'm just it's just
but
the way
I can still appreciate. I'm not looking down on them.
It's just the way that like I think they're wired.
But I think that's the social media era. People want the picture at the spot. They don't want the trip to the spot.
Yeah, that's the impulsive, quick.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? The satisfaction, the dopamine drop, whatever you want to say. Get it and get out kind of thing.
Yeah.
But tell me that some of your best memories aren't all of your friends riding through a shit rainstorm.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're like, dude, that sucked. And you never forgot it. I don't remember the sunny days a lot. I remember the shit days.
Yeah.
Though you need that because it's kind of like.
You always remember who you took the trip with when it sucked. All the weather was perfect. Everything was perfect. Those kind of just fade into the memory bank. Oh yeah, that was a good time. But you don't always remember those details.
Yeah. Because
it wasn't not that it wasn't a good time, but it doesn't stay in the memory bank the same.
Well, nobody cares about last week, blue skies the whole time.
Yeah, 70 degrees, beautiful, all day.
You were talking about the barbecue was better because you were waiting in line and you were hungry.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. You earned the end of that journey. 100%. You didn't just get there. So it was like you walked up the snows and you're like, oh, yeah, it was a good sandwich. But the experience was better because you waited in line for 2 hours. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think if you're going to put it in that kind of respect.
Oh, 100%, man. That's definitely I guess it gets difficult trying to, because I don't think the goal is to go look for adversity. It's to go out there on the trip and let whatever happens, right?
Yep.
Like I'm not, because we all say that
I don't aim for the thunderstorms, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to have to go through this, Yeah. I would prefer to leave and avoid as much of it as possible. But, it's just like, the breakdowns or, the on the side of the road fixes or whatever the case may be. Like those things I don't want them to happen. I'm not going to like leave a bolt halfway out so that I can have a good time later on. Like it's none of that, but also just being the kind of person that's capable of overcoming obstacles.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you don't know what you're capable of. I mean,
we're going right back to what I was talking about earlier.
When I rode my shovel head down to Austin last weekend, and it's the first time I had a breakdown on a bike where I couldn't fix it on the road. I'm like, well, fuck.
You met your limit.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, okay, well, and
so
it's a new
problem. Get better because of it?
Yeah. And that's what I was telling everybody. It's like, I'm glad this happened because what happened is something I've never experienced on like as a problem on a bike. And I'm still kind of diagnosing it right now. But what happened and
bike looks great, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. Whatever ends up being the problem, like it'll never be a problem again. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what I'm telling people. Like I'm doing all these little 150, 200 mile trips so that I can really break this thing in and learn it. So that if I'm in the middle of, nowhere going to California or in Mexico on it, like, and something happens, like, all right, I know what's going on. I know what I need to do. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean because that's what I've been trying to say the whole time is like pushing it to where I can make myself better. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, that's exactly it, man. It's a great, I don't know.
I can't change anyone else and I don't want to.
And that's
what I can control is myself.
Yeah.
And if I can respond to adversity, discomfort in a way that is letting go or whatever, I can control that. And pushing myself, I think that's the main goal of a lot of this stuff. No, not to.
What was riding Japan like?
That was part of my thing I do with my wife. So every 5 years, I take her somewhere and make, because I do these solo trips, but I'm trying to incorporate it because we used to ride all the time before kids.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to get away. Japan was awesome, dude. It was so good. We flew to Tokyo. I rented a GS, phenomenal bike, and we went all over the country. It started off kind of funky. We got there and hurricane, typhoon.
Yeah.
So our plans were immediately fucked. They were going to cancel everything. The guy's like, I had one guy cancel. I don't trust you. I don't know. I'm like, look, dude, you go look. Like, I'm not afraid of rain, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just whatever. I'll take care of the bike. He's like, I had this guy. He just left it there. I'm like, I got it, dude.
Yeah.
So we made our own plans. I just rode more. And we went and saw things that most people don't get to go do. I wanted to, when people go like, Europeans come here, or they like, so what's America like? And they go to like New York. Like, that's not, you forgot Iowa.
Yeah.
There's more to the country. There's so much more to digest. And so I wanted to see that. So we didn't just stay in big cities and do the whole Tokyo and Kyoto thing.
Yeah.
We went to middle of nowhere, Bob's Road in the middle of the mountains up in Nowheresville, no service, no nothing, and just got lost. We saw the beaches, mountains. It was so good. We went to Hiroshima. We went to Fukushima, where they have like the Geiger counters on the street and shit, where they had the nuclear disaster. And there's so much. I mean, I can go on about the whole thing, but we spent 18 days, and every night we stayed in like an onsen, so we had like a hot spring or like a little hot. Dude, it was luxury for sure.
Yeah.
But I got my wife with me.
Yeah,
I want to enjoy. It's supposed to be a vacation, not. I don't want her going through the hard shit.
Yeah. So hey, we take a bike.
Yeah.
That's your hard thing. So we'll stay in a nice spot every night.
And it was multi-course meals for dinner every night. And, by the end of it, I was kind of tired of traditional Japanese breakfast, I'll be honest with you. So like the last, I'm like, they're giving me all kinds of stuff, 27 course thing. And I'm like, can you make me some bacon and eggs?
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. It was so good. The bacon and eggs were so good. They do everything so much better than us.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, we try to pack it, make it quicker, and we lose the love of the thing. Whereas Japan is in love with the thing, kind of like the choppers and the car scene.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say they do things better than us, but they seem to appreciate the process more, so their products come out better.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Joyride Speed Shop. That dude's cool as fuck. He's racing over there, like we do the BRL thing. He's doing it on a shovel FXR. It's gnarly as hell, dude.
Yeah.
And they're out there. He's got one of the most famous actors, and he's a racer on Harleys. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Dude, we got to see so much stuff, and it would be an hour of just explaining all the cool stuff. We went to some winging it. We're just cruising down a road, right? And like, man, I think was that a pizza shop? I never had Japanese pizza. Let's go check this out. They have like prosciutto and all this kind of stuff on the pizza. And I'm driving, there's a fucking tank on the road, like a World War II tank. I'm like, what the hell was that? So we pull in, and it was like a World War II style museum. And you go look up on the reviews, and like everyone there hates it because no one wants to be shown in a bad light. This guy set up this whole museum, and the reviews are crazy, dude. And it shows the Japanese not in a proud culture, but the actual truth. It was seeing what their war was with Korea, what their war was from the other perspective. We all know the perspective of propaganda, America side, right?
Yeah.
How about from the Japanese side, experiencing their view, seeing their propaganda posters and their war pictures and camps and stuff.
So was it like
completely unedited, like
so Japanese
open truth
about themselves or about the way it was
just the way it was with
from their perspective? Okay, yeah.
And it doesn't show them in the best light. And a lot of people don't like that, but other people appreciate the truth. And we were getting kind of looks, but it's kind of weird they don't want foreigners to see them in that light.
Yeah.
Everybody's proud of their stuff, just like we're proud of the stuff. So we're like looking at us all weird, and we're like looking at stuff and taking a picture. You know, they got this thing about the guy that he stayed in the jungle for like 27 years, didn't know the war was over.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have some cool stuff, man. They have like parts of a B-52 that crashed, and they got stuff. I mean, it's like a junkyard. He just found shit from all over the place and just brought it to his property.
Damn.
It was super cool. And it's just cool. I like history.
Yeah. Yeah, I think going there that's definitely a bucket list. It's just
You should.
I don't know which way I want to experience it. Like I would love to do it on a motorcycle. That'd be the best, but I don't know. It's just so much to take in. I feel like I would need
It's jumping in feet first.
Yeah.
I would say go sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're trying to, the way that the value of the yen versus the dollar, right now it's in our favor, and it will be for a while. And they're trying to implement like foreign taxes because of that big differentiator.
Yeah.
Differentiator. If I'm saying that right. Like it costs us $5 to go to their museum or their castle, but it costs them $20. You know what I mean? They're like, we could put more taxes on if you're not a citizen, kind of thing, which is going to kind of hurt tourism. But at the same time, they're also doing free domestic flights. So if you fly there, then you can fly to other parts like Sapporo and
okay.
Yeah. So I think you should go sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And just jump in feet first. I can get you in contact with people that I've met there, and dude, it's saying a whole like straight culture vibe. It's so good.
Yeah, they were.
I think everybody who goes to Japan says the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, just so many things that I've been into in my life is kind of.
You gotta go, bro.
Like I grew up into the Japanese car culture, so it was
Moon Eyes, all that stuff, man. Yokohama. I know. I really wanted to go. I couldn't make the time work. I really wanted to go to like, see the things, know. And we ended up doing our own thing, but if you're doing it by yourself, it can be done on the cheaper side. You can do it with the trains and the public transportation. Everything works better.
Yeah.
It's not like here, like you get on a bus. No, like you just have to understand that you're in their country and loudmouth Americans and all that kind of stuff. You just respect what they're. You know?
I'm not that extroverted when I'm in places. I'm not uncomfortable, but like, I'm loud at the Buffalo Wild Wings in my hometown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not saying you would. I'm like you get on the train, everything's quiet where you have like idiots like, it's like, no, this is their place, dude. You're a guest here. Respect their stuff.
I don't know what the limits or the available things are with my relationship with Harley Davidson, but it's like, yo, you have bikes at all these places. Like, what if I
was so bummed when I saw they sent like people like influencer there with like, I was like, dude, I just paid everything out of pocket. That would have been awesome to ride a Harley there. Come on, you couldn't hook me up. That was like right after I did it too. What the hell, man? It would have saved me a bunch of money. It would have been cool to do it on a Harley instead of a GS. But I also was really happy I did a GS because I kind of got my feet wet with the adventure style bike. Stuff. And I was like, it's a really good bike. Mm-hmm. It's a really good bike.
I remember
see why everyone like loves them.
Yeah. In 2019 or 2018, when I bought I was literally really considering going the GS route other than the new Road Glide. But then they came out with the lowers that are like the lower sides that you have. And I was like, oh, that's so sick. Because I'd already had a Road Glide. I was like, I'm kind of over it already. But I was really close to going with the GS. And then we had the International Motorcycle Show that used to still go on. Mm-hmm. And so they had one here. And I tried to sit on a GS. And I couldn't touch the ground anywhere in any kind of way. I was like, fuck that, dude. Like, I'm
the short inseam thing is always a thing, but I'm used to it now.
Yeah.
Now I'm used to it.
I like low stuff, man. Like I still, I would do suspension on my bike, but I never jacked them up in the air. You know what I mean?
I don't even remember. I don't know if I ever have, but I don't even remember what it's like to be like flat-footed on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable. I'm so used to being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. I sit side saddle on everything. The bike is fucking jacked up to the moon. It's like 4 over now.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
That's probably why. I mean, obviously, makes it really hard to pick up off the ground if it falls over like it did in Alaska.
I'm an idiot. Yeah. I'm literally an idiot. I'm about to do this again.
Yeah, but hopefully you'll find the roads are probably more maintained.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. It's all paved for the
Yeah.
most part. I might get a little bit of gravel somewhere. The big thing is the topaz, the speed bumps,
Yeah.
going to the small towns, the potholes, and fucking livestock.
Oh,
They don't tell you to not ride at night because, well, I mean, part of it is, cartel shit.
mm-hmm.
But the main thing is the potholes, the topaz, and the fucking livestock. You'll go around a blind curve right into a cow.
Yeah.
There's no fences, dude. Like they all just cruise out and
Yeah.
they go on the road because the road's warm.
Oh.
So like, yeah, don't ride at night. That's just the main. Like, just don't ride at night. Like,
Yeah, if everything goes smooth.
So that bothers me because I have to cut my time down.
Yeah.
I can't even break into sunset.
We went out last year with the intention of doing El Diablo run, like Devin, myself, and 2 other friends from here. And we all kind of like had our own trip, and we were meeting in San Diego basically. And then we were going to do El Diablo. One of our buddies couldn't get his passport in time, so we were having such a good time in San Diego, we just decided to stay with the people we were with. And then this year, this is the last year of the El Diablo run. I was not going to do this. And then my wife, because it's literally on the day, May 15th is me and my wife's 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, that's a big thing, dude.
So I'm going to be in Mexico partying with the homies on the motorcycle trip.
I missed Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing.
So
Same.
I just wrote it off. Like I'm not even going to attempt to have it. And then we were talking about it one day and she was like, yeah, I don't like, cause we're going to do our own like anniversary thing on the way to Born Free.
Gotcha.
So the hope, everything in the life lines up well. I was on a ride to San Francisco, do some podcasts, do some things I need to do. Then she was going to fly into San Francisco, and then we were going to go stay up on the coastline and just slow roll it down to L.A. because she likes going to Born Free. She likes the event, and she's from L.A. area, so like we'll be down there seeing family and shit like that.
Oh.
So
yeah, it's all going to work out.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Like we've road tripped up and done Monterey and things like that, but there's some stuff above San Francisco that I did on my solo trip that I really would love to do with her on the bike. Not so much the roads, just the place. Those little small towns off on PCH essentially, because there's really no small towns on PCH south of Monterey. Like you got Monterey and San Luis Obispo, and that's kind of like nothing in between. Big Sur, basically. And that's just like a camping tourist kind of town, right? But when you go north of San Francisco, there's like little towns.
Yeah, Northern California. The stuff you see in like 80s and 90s movies.
Exactly. Like
I'm not allowed to do that stuff without my wife.
Yeah.
So that's a portion of why this trip got cut down too.
Nice.
Was she's like, you can't go there without me. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go see the redwoods. I want to go see Astoria and up and like I need to go do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that alone. So she got real upset when I was like, I'll make it work. So the original trip was going to be like if I wasn't doing Mexico, I always have a plan B kind of thing. But I was going to like go to California with my boy because he wants to go to California. He's hungry now.
Yeah.
And then he would fly home. My wife would fly in. And then I'd take her to California all the way up to like Canada. She'd fly back. I'd go into Canada, check out the cool shit up there, and then bomb home. Do the boring shit home. But logistics, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm not allowed to do that northern stuff either. So it's cool. You've done it. You know where to go.
Yeah.
Kind of like I was talking earlier with the scouting thing. So you're going to show her a good time. You're going to host.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to do is just find some unique places and see what they're like overnight. There's usually towns and things have like the daytime version of it and then the nighttime version. So figure out what it is. It might be cool, it might be not, but it'll be a good time with her either way. So that's kind of the hope. If everything goes well, we don't get into World War III or whatever the hell else is going on. So
It'll be fine.
Well, cool, man.
Some people's plan is like, the world's gonna end.
Yeah. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna be on some bike trips all the way up until like.
Right.
All right, now.
Like, oh, they're there.
I'm keeping an eye on like what's going on. Now I need to start getting back home, just to start defend the castle kind of shit. But well, cool, man. I'm glad we were able to do this, and I'm already pretty excited about like getting out and doing some travels on myself. I haven't. It's been a slow. Last year was pretty slow for me on the bike, so I want to really get those numbers up, get back out there and experience it.
Yeah, you've done some big trips.
Like I said, I've done it, but look, there's this like weird thing that like when you start being known for traveling a lot and like you feel like
you have to keep it up.
yeah, like okay, if I don't do it, then am I?
No.
You know what I mean? It just kind of feels like you,
I've had I've had the same feeling like, oh, I have to one up myself every time for what expectation? Other people's expectations or my own? Am I doing this trip for them or for me?
yeah.
I know what you mean.
It's a mental thing. Like, oh, I got to keep my what I show the world who I am up, and it's like, nah.
Really?
I mean, I really can't. I mean, even if I want, I want to do all kinds of trips, but like, I just can't. I can't really afford it. You know, it's been a different economy for the last 2 years than it was. COVID was awesome for everybody as far as like financially for the most part. And the 2 years following was pretty sick. And then now it's kind of like tightening up on a lot of things, you know? So, but you know, still making it.
Yeah. I was not expecting fuel to be fucking $5 everywhere I go.
Dude. Yeah. So. Is it bad down in Mexico with the fuel?
Fuel's more expensive.
It is.
But the peso to US dollar's strong. So might even out.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And then as long as I can see friends and hang out with them and save the $200 or $150 on a hotel, I mean, because nothing's $40 anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So if I can keep doing that, it'll be all right.
Yeah. I had to book
Everyone's been so cool.
I had to book some my hotel for Scott, Louisiana for that rally that I got to go shoot. And not a lot of nice hotels down there, dude. And they're expensive. And you look at the reviews and it's like bed bugs and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, dude.
Because I'm going
to
be here 4 nights. So I don't really want a shitty hotel. And I also don't want to spend, $1,000 on 4-night stay somewhere, you know?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Bring the tent.
In Louisiana?
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Alligators
rolling right up in your head. Ah, shit. I can't tell you how many people sent me that video when I was doing Alaska. Did you see the one where the guy like opens up the tent? There's like a bear. He's like, oh, nope. I got sent that like 10 times on the trip.
Yeah. That's bears scare the fuck out of me, dude.
You ever seen what a bear looks like without hair?
Yeah, I saw something once. It was like, that's probably what they thought Sasquatch was.
Scariest thing on the planet, dude. Anyway, sorry.
Cool. I'm good, man. You good?
Oh, always.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, do you post a lot of your like pictures and stuff online so people can kind of follow along with what you got going on or things like that? I know you're not doing it for the gram, but is there an aspect that gets shown through it?
Like everyone else, I kind of show the highlights.
Yeah.
No one will ever see the experiences of like stopping at a gas station and somebody praying for you or something. It's just the other experiences, but I do post the pictures, most of the highlights, the stuff that I think people would enjoy. I just try not to get caught up in doing it for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that ruins my experience. And if I get, and it's hard to fight that urge to be like, oh yeah, that'll be good. You know?
Yeah. I'm really trying to bust my ass this year to be really,
you're doing it for the art aspect. Like you were saying.
I am always trying to do it for the art, but like being consistent with doing the vlog stuff, because I do enjoy doing that. I've always wanted to show people kind of like the experiences of what it's like out there doing these things. But this has been the thing forever. It's like, do you enjoy the moment or do you stop what you're doing so you can capture the moment? And I'm starting to feel like I'm getting okay at being able to
there's a balance.
Capture it without having to alter anything for the moment. So it's like I'm not just like walking up to you and throwing a camera in your face going, what'd you think about that? Like I'm finding ways to do it more naturally so that it feels a little bit more organic in the moment. You know, sometimes, you don't, if you do that, you get a lot more context to put in a video. But you got to find a balance of like not ruining the moment.
Dude, it's a ton of work.
It is.
It's a ton of work. People don't appreciate it. And like I tried to do it because I'm like, oh yeah, maybe this won't be that bad. And I tried to like make cool stuff. It's really hard. And so when I see other people make things and I'm like, oh, I have this thought like, oh, that's cringy. You're doing it for this. But it's a lot of work, dude. It's really hard. And so the people that are good at it, and the people that you enjoy their videos, kind of like the parts, and the choppers, and learning the weld, all that stuff. you get an appreciation for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really enjoying the YouTube stuff and the long form stuff. I personally think social media is going to implode, and I think people are going to be looking for more. I don't know if you saw the whole thing with YouTube where they demonetized all the AI shit.
That's good.
They're way ahead of the curve, dude. YouTube's going to be the thing, and
that's why I've been leaning into YouTube more over the last 2 years.
Instagram's even pushing it. They're like, no more short stuff. Do the carousel stuff, which I didn't know that was a thing until I saw the word somewhere. But
yeah, the Instagram thing is weird, man. It's like I still have I try not to get too much on it on the podcast a lot because people are probably tired of me bitching about it. A lot of people's relationship with social media is purely as a user of it. A lot of times, like, yes, everybody is technically making some form of content for it, but like somewhere along the line of the last 15 years, we just started using this to promote our business because it was free, easy, and it was very lucrative. And they've been slowly pulling back the ability to connect with the people that chose to follow us without us having to jump through hoops or pay for it.
Oh, yeah, they changed the thing. You got to like change the feed and all this kind of stuff.
Well, it's like if they would say, hey, look, you pay us $25 or $100 or $500 a month, and we'll make sure.
Spend money. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, for us,
well, you have to do it. Yeah, I guess
I would spend it if I could post something and the people that already chose to follow me would see it, then yeah, I'd do it 100%. But because the algorithm's choosing what is going in your feed and my feed based on like what I looked at for more than 4 seconds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It really it fucks it up. There is a button where you can go to following.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I've started to like find people's content that I like whenever I'm in this mindset.
Yeah, you can change. There's like an algorithm setting where you can like more of this, less of this.
Yes. But it's like
too much.
It is too much.
I liked it better when you're like, this is my day. I took a picture of this. Remember how stupid we were making fun of people like, this is my food.
Yeah, yeah.
That was kind of better.
I think we're all going back to that, right?
Yeah.
That's what you were saying.
People are craving truth and not things just for that other aspect.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be better.
It's like everybody knows that authenticity is what's going to work on Instagram. So it feels like a lot of inauthentic people are trying to be authentic now. And it's like,
ooh, say that one again. Yeah.
It's like you're whatever the algorithm tells you to be. It's like, I like photography and I want to just be able to post a picture that I took that I enjoy. And I hope somebody else likes it. Right.
I've enjoyed a lot of your pictures.
Thank you. And it's like, that's all I want to do. Like, that's what I started doing on this Instagram app. I don't really want to make videos for Instagram. Like, the context that I want to put in a video, it just works in a horizontal format. It just works better on YouTube. It's something that can be played out. It doesn't have to be an hour, something, a 10-minute long video that's something like that. To me, I connect with that more, and when I'm thinking about what I'm creating and putting out there, that's where I want the video side of whatever I make to live, not in this Instagram kind of hook you in a second, do this, do that. Like, I just don't want to play that game, man. Maybe I'm old. I don't know what it is.
I'm on the exact same page.
It sucks, but it's gotten, I don't know, I guess in the mindsets that we've been talking about in this podcast, applying that to social media has helped me. It's allowed me to stop expecting certain things if you're not going to get this here, so leave. I spend more time on Pinterest now, honestly. There's like,
I've never been on Pinterest.
It's another algorithm, but it's an algorithm that seems to really, like, as you interact with the app and look at things, it really puts together a much more interesting thing for myself.
The stuff you're interested in, not just pushing thirst traps and stuff. I can't get it off my phone.
Yeah.
I don't follow a single like thing of that.
Yeah.
It won't go away. Like, go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
It's like,
I checked the algorithm thing. There's not big titty chicks on there.
No.
Stop pushing this, dude.
No. But what happened was, because social media, the way it's designed, is you give it authorization to listen and everything you look at, right? Whether you're on Instagram or not. So you made the joke earlier about Mexican, the big booty Latinas, right? So your phone heard that. So it's like, oh, he wants to see big booty Latinas.
See this a big booty Latina. Yeah.
So it's gonna just keep pushing that, and there's
Also-
other people that you follow that look at that.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. This is what he wants to see. We'll just keep putting it towards.
Well, they are trying to assume something, so they take an amalgamation, or however you say that word,
Yeah.
of everybody that's your age and your gender
Yep.
and your demographic.
Oh,
and,
he's a dude. He likes this. We were talking to one of our group chats where it was like, it was all every person's algorithm was like big titty goth chicks.
yeah,
And nobody was looking for it.
yeah,
It was like everybody on Instagram, they were pushing that specifically. Like
Yeah.
AI ones. Like, what the fuck?
So
Yeah.
the only reason why
I'm not interested.
The only
I mean, I
reason
am, but I'm not.
I knew
Yeah.
about the phone creeping thing was we were at bike night one night and you were talking about
But I'm not searching for it.
talking about your algorithm being full of like the videos of the chicks with the fake babies doing like the whole like milking
Oh, they
thing.
they pushed that thing too.
And then all of a sudden, like
Rogan
the
was
next
talking
day
about
started
it. Like,
coming
what
up.
the
I was like, "What the fuck is this? Where
Yeah.
did this even come from?" And then I remember we had been talking about the night before a bike night. I was like, "This spying ass phone."
yeah. So all the things that I like on Pinterest, I mean, dude,
So it's not pushing all that stuff.
no, I mean, like I do. There's some like you get on there and you know, I do like photography of models, like, but it's not, you know what I mean. So I have things that are on. That was
Tasteful.
yeah. There's a lot of like mid-century modern architecture. There's a lot of design stuff. Like
That's cool.
there's a lot more things on there that I think that when I look at it, I get inspired, which is what I want to come and happen to me on social
That's
media.
what you want out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is that like that's how Instagram was for me at first. Like a lot of the things
would
that
agree.
I'm into because I found out it existed through Instagram in the early days.
Yeah, I went on there because I was doing cool cars. I wanted to share my cool cars with my friends and other people, and I was proud of what I had built. And Instagram was a completely different place
Yeah.
back then. And it's just turned into some big monster now, which,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like trying to get in better shape. And it's not all big
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's like weightlifting stuff now. And, I thought that's kind of cool.
You just kind of
But it
sift
is-
through more shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like work. I'm like, I don't want to put the work in.
Yeah, you get in the weeds.
What's that?
You end up in the weeds real quick. You hit that.
Yeah,
that
it just-
search button.
It's
and
like
all
you're
of a sudden
right.
it's whoa.
You're like right there, and it falls off the edge,
Yeah.
like
Well, there's
so
also the-
easily. I'm sorry, I keep bumping into this. I can
There's
talk
also
with my
the
hands.
thing of like there's so much content now. I mean, YouTube in general, there's like I think if you are not a YouTube person like watching it and you first get on there, it could probably be a lot to sift through and figure out where you want to go.
I just saw something. I don't know how the metric is, but it just said that there's more AI content than real content.
Yeah, 100%.
I have no idea if that's true or not, but I did see that. I'm like, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, the AI stuff is just I think that the whole world it's been shoved down everybody's throat. It's like no one's really asking for it. There are things that AI does, like there's things like Chat GPT does that I'm like, oh, that's helpful.
Yeah,
You know?
if it get used as a tool.
Yeah, as a tool,
it-
but I don't need it to create art for me.
Oh God, no.
And that's the one thing that I think is key. And I say this, I'm gonna keep saying it. If you use AI to make a flyer for your event's not fucking real. You know what I mean? If you can't figure out how to make a real flyer, if it's too much work to put a flyer together or ask somebody that knows how to do it, right? Why the fuck? If you can't put in any effort, why that shows me everything that you put about your business in this thing. You don't
That's
care
fair.
enough. I mean, remember when band posters used to be sick? And they still are in a lot of ways. Like,
Yeah.
there'll be a sick poster for Tool at the Granada Theater in Dallas, right? And it's like people collect them.
So I'm gonna push. I'll
know?
push back a little bit on that. I can. What's annoying is when you look at a flyer online and you can tell that someone took the minimal amount of effort. They just said, "Make me a bike flyer," right?
Yeah.
If you can't even invest the time to, because AI can be a very useful tool if you know how to use it and you actually put some thought into how you want it designed, and they will alter it, and you can have like different versions to make it better where you want it to be. But if you're not even going to do the effort on that, it just is the same. If it looks like everyone else's flyer, you're just a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was doing band shit, I paid like a bunch of money to an artist, and it was like work.
Yeah.
And he appreciated it. I appreciated his work. Now that image that I paid like $400 for back in the day, done.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know if it would probably be good. I have no idea. But
Yeah,
I know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
taken the love of the game out of it.
The
Well, it's like
instant
people-
gratification of just
That's
being able
what
to
I
type
was
something and then
trying
all
to
of a
say
sudden
earlier.
it spits
people-
something
That
out.
instant gratification of like flying somewhere, getting the end of it, and then like coming home. You know?
Well,
we're so used to it now.
it's proving that those services are in need because people still want to have flyers and have all this stuff made and done, right? But what it's also doing is maybe it's also like, okay, well, the people that create those kind of things need to be more available, more in a spot to be able to help people create flyers and things like that or whatever. Like, I guess if you want to put on an event and like, where do I even figure out how to get a flyer made? Like, that's a question, right?
It is.
But that's one of those problems that I think that like, man, like I want to do this event. I want to have a cool flyer. I need to figure out who I want to have do this or see what it's going to cost me to do or whatever.
This is going to be a weird question. Have you seen AI art in motorcycle painting yet? Is that a thing that
Not-
you might be worried about in the future?
I'm not worried
Hey,
about it.
I want this paint job. Can you do this paint job?
Yeah,
and
I
it's
don't
an
think
AI
that-
creator. I know
Yeah.
you wouldn't do it. What I'm saying is, do you have a worry, or do you think you're going to see
No,
this
no. I think
coming
that
from the painting industry? Because art is kind of like people are worried about it.
well, I mean, what I see going on right now is I see more and more of these sticker and wrap places getting more prevalent on motorcycles. And to be fair, like I get it, like, you know,
Not everyone can afford an $8,000 paint job.
yeah, and that's fine, you know, and it's not supposed to be affordable for everybody. You know what I mean? There's a reason why certain things cost more than other things. And if everybody could afford it, it wouldn't be fucking cool.
Yeah, that's not. It loses
You know?
its uniqueness and speciality.
There, and then also like there is a guy out there that's doing it for $3,000 that's trying to get his name out there and he's trying to get his skills up. And there's a place for all that. I was at that point once. Sometimes I feel like I'm still at that point, but you know, there is that growth aspect of it. But I honestly think that like the AI stuff for maybe the art side of our motorcycle thing, I don't see it really being it might help people figure out design stuff, but the hand's still going to have to do all the work, right? So what I wouldn't want, if you take me and Springle, for instance, both very skilled in a lot of in pretty much the same field, but we have a different style, right? So if you go to him and you tell him your ideas, you're going to get his style of paint work. And if you come to me and you tell me your ideas, you're going to get my style of your vision, right? And that's what you're paying for. That's what you're looking at. It's not like the same paint job
Yeah, it's
exists
like
everywhere.
with the tattoo artist thing.
Exactly. And so I think that if you're allowing, it's like there used to be guys, and they still might do it, that would like design paint jobs. Like someone would have a rendering done, you know, in the car world, getting a rendering done.
Yeah.
So there's guys that would like render out a custom paint job and then pay them. I've actually
Yeah,
done
you
this.
do like airbrush and stuff?
Well, yeah, like I used to sketch out bike paint jobs for people and sell them, and then somebody else would do the paint job.
No way.
Yeah, I did it quite a bit for a while. And then that was more in the big wheel stuff days. Like people were doing stuff like that. But yeah, that, you know, because somebody would be like, well, I want a paint job and my painter can do the work, but he just doesn't know how to design stuff. So we would design the paint job and then said person would paint it, right? That doesn't really happen anymore as much. I feel like, you know, the performance bagger world is definitely it. There's some good paint jobs out there, and there's a lot of them that just like,
How many colors can we make?
yeah,
Can I see
it's
from
just
400
it hasn't.
feet away?
I don't know. I'm not talking shit about it. It's its own unique thing. But it just feels like it. I don't know. People, they don't want to justify paying for a high quality paint job, but then you see the difference between like a Lucky Strike doing something or Poland or like some of these guys that are really good versus like the guy that's doing a version of all their paint jobs or our paint jobs that doesn't have his own style. That's just trying to, and that's what you see a lot of these bikes that you know, they'll spend all the money. They got all the swing arms and all the horsepower in the world, and then they got this janky ass paint job on their bike, and it just devalues the entire project.
Yeah, they just throw a bunch of colors on it so that it will stand
It's
out,
not thought out, you know?
but it doesn't flow. It doesn't make sense. And
Yeah, I don't know.
I was just curious if AI was any kind
Yeah,
of
it's
concern.
all-
You know, if you had seen it creeping in any way.
It's just the whole thing is like it.
Would it help you?
No, I don't see
No?
how. I mean,
I was just curious, like, you're like, hey, staring at this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just curious. I don't know.
well, AI is just it's all pulling from something that already exists.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. It's already out there.
Yeah.
So it may never make anything new.
Yeah, and that's the difference between general intelligence and super intelligence or whatever the hell it is that they say.
AGI or something.
AGI, yeah.
I don't know.
So right now there is
many acronyms.
it's not creating anything that doesn't already exist.
That's a good point.
There's no taste making. It's just regurgitating.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So there shouldn't be any concern.
It's just a really, really good search engine is what it is.
So it's doing what the other painter was. You were saying.
No, I mean just in general,
pulling
like
from all the other paint jobs or whatever.
yeah, but I've never asked it to like design a paint job for me, so I don't know how that would look because but in
I kind of want to try now. I was curious.
Yeah,
I'm curious what it would do.
But
Like,
like-
hey, show me what this would.
I mean, I've used it for like I've used it for like logo like direction ideas.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Show me Fast Life Garage in a mid-century modern atomic era style logo.
I did the same thing.
You know what I mean?
I sent
And then-
Kyle one for a T-shirt idea. I
Yeah.
was like, "Can you do Forever Dad for like sell them on like Father's Day or some
Yeah.
shit?" And I sent him these AI logos. He's like, "Stop sending me AI garbage. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's AI slop." I'm like, "I'm just fucking with you. I thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
And if I just say it, but this is kind of like a picture, And it was at Atomic 50s. I thought that was kind of cool.
So that's something I've done for like to get an idea of direction. But I also do that with Pinterest. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of great design stuff on there, and I can find inspiration. Like this current logo on the back of this is just a recreation
Oh yeah, I gotta get a shirt.
of a classic Vans logo, like the Vans shoes logo. It's from the
I wear
'70s.
Vans all the time. I love
You know,
Vans.
so it's just inspired by. I think, and it's a logo that's like. Or the way it's done with the checker, like it's just common. It's not groundbreaking, but it's clean. It's simple. We wanted to do a shirt that like you could, first off, there wasn't just black shirts.
And that's the first thing I said. I'm like, I can't pick. They're all black.
Yeah.
I need a different one. That's why I like the Clean Moto one because it's like
Yeah.
pink and teal
Yeah.
and shit. And then like Steve's had the purple one. Yeah,
So just having different stuff is kind of the goal. But,
cool.
Well, cool, man.
Yeah, I think we're like over time. I have no idea how long this is.
Where we at 2 hours?
2:17. Not bad.
Sick. Well, cool, Chris. I appreciate it. I'm glad we finally got to do this.
Thanks for having me by, dude.
Yeah, and it was pretty awesome, those trips, man. I want to do the Alaska thing, but I don't know how much I want. I want to do a part of Alaska. I don't know if I want to do all the way to the top though.
Don't. Yeah,
Don't.
It sucks, dude. Just you should go explore Alaska. And I didn't even see all. I'm going back to see because there's so much other things.
Yeah.
But there's so much to see in the Yukon,
Yeah.
even without Alaska. Like stopping at Liard Hot Springs and just stopping and just taking a soak. Like that's where I saw a bear. I walked right up on a baby bear, dude.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like when you ask me like, what do you put online? I'm like, that you can't like explain that to somebody.
Yeah.
Walking up on a baby bear while walking to a hot spring. You know what I mean? And so you can't just put 600 hours of content. You have to make a highlight of something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, life is it's all highlights, man.
It really is.
So
when people like compare themselves, it's like, what do they say? Comparison's the thief of joy kind of thing. Like, don't feel bad because you don't have this or didn't do that or didn't take the, like, roll your own lane. Don't compare yourself to other people because what they're doing is posting all the best of their shit. And sometimes it's only for that appreciation.
Yeah.
So don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah. Show a little gratitude for what you have.
It took me a long time to figure that out. It was like, stop being so hard on myself. That's it. That's what this motorcycle time, this helmet time is for, is having the conversations with yourself. You know, that's why you never see a motorcycle in a therapist's office. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, man.
All right.